Welcome to something to talk about. Welcome to something to talk about.
Hi! Welcome to Something to Talk About. This is one of my live streams. How are you guys doing? This is the show where everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's right, the points are like Maelor Targaryen. It doesn't matter. Definitely not important for the upcoming plot of House of the Dragon. All right, I got two guests here, and we're going to talk about rebellions. Here, I got a note. Somebody wrote me a note. See, I even made a thumbnail. Wearing my Jean-Michel Basquiat shirt. It's way cooler than most of the shirts you own. And yeah, all right. First, I'm gonna bring in straight from his kitchen, most likely reading secondhand history books. We got Rust. How's it going?
What's up, homies?
Like just Rust Shack, just a Rust Shack.
Yeah, it's my brand, don't you know?
I used to hang out in Rust Shacks, and that's when I got tetanus. So, all right. And then fresh from, I don't know, somebody's basement. I'm not sure. We have somebody who likes to talk about stuff. Michael, how you doing?
Hey, how we doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Nice
doing
Go
good.
Pack Go shirt. I was so close to wearing my Viking shirt today, my Viking jersey, but I haven't got a new one, and it's Hunter, and it makes me sad. So.
Yeah. So this stream is obviously reacting to the NFL season opener, right? Like we're just live watching the game and talking.
I think
about
we
it,
all
right?
are watching it. So.
Yeah, all three of us are watching it. So
I thought that's the prep I did. I don't know if there was other prep I should have done.
I currently got Baltimore 7, KC at 13, and it's 20 seconds left in the second quarter. So I mean, I am actually watching it.
I got
27 seconds on the play clock. 25 seconds on the play clock.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You guys get this. This is what you guys get. Nerd! Yeah, nerds watching football. Nerds. All right. And Diego finally made it on time. How's it going, Diego? Everybody. I haven't done all the stuff I'm supposed to do. So, go ahead and do all the chat stuff. Be active in chat. I will try to.
I got to open the chat.
As we can. And if we do miss something, I can't put up every chat, of course, but if one of us points something out, I will try to put it up, or if I see something really funny, I might put it up. But if you absolutely have a question that you want us to know or ask or answer, send a super chat or send a PayPal. I have the link to my PayPal in the description, or just my name in the description, and send it there. That's it. You guys want to talk rebellions?
Yeah.
I don't know what order we want to do this. I mean, I don't have an order. I have them alphabetical.
Let's go alphabetical.
Well, that saves the best for last, and all the big ones are right away.
Okay, so we'll do reverse alphabetical.
Yeah, but then we do the best right away, and all the big ones are at the end.
Okay, start in the middle and work your way out.
All right, I like that. What's the middle of 19?
It's middle out compression.
Middle. Oh yeah, I get it. I mean, you can do it if you go tip to tip.
Do you have a 20-sided die?
Hold on. Our curse timer hasn't gone off yet.
I do have a 20-sided die. I will roll a 20-sided. Should we do... I mean, I got
what a
it
nerd.
on my phone.
What a nerd.
What do you think we are, nerds?
Yeah. I just like to point out the guy who has the 20-sided die hand. He called me a nerd for talking about the NFL game. That's
Exactly. Same here.
What's up? As I also have it on. All right, 8. There we go. My slide number 8 is, all right, that one doesn't make sense being read right away. So we're gonna go 7 to lead into 8.
Flawless system.
Because 7, 8, 9?
No, because 8 is about a rebellion against a house that takes them over on the rebellion beforehand. So
it's a follow-up. It's a sequel.
Well, wait, no, never mind. No,
it's a 2-part episode.
I'm mixed up. No. We can go 8 first, but you do need context. So, in order,
is it context that would be provided by going with a different slide first?
No, we're gonna go 8. No, it works. I got Dagon and Dalton Greyjoy mixed up when I was thinking, but this is Dalton Greyjoy.
Okay.
So the Fair Isle Rebellion. So this is during the what?
During the dance, should we give spoiler warnings?
Oh yeah.
This show that's coming up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Spoilers. If they covered the Fair Isle Rebellion, George was wrong about these guys. I'm just there's no way they're gonna cover the Fair Isle Rebellion. Yeah. But just in case they are, this is something that happens during and after the Dance of Dragons. I would call this minor spoilers at best.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You happy, Michael?
Yeah. No. I didn't know. I didn't know how big of a spoiler it was. I don't know the dance, bro. I know some of the dance. I know the dance. I know a decent amount of the dance, but I don't know all the dance.
I just know that you can dance if you want to. That's all I know. So during the Dance of Dragons, the Red Kraken, Dalton Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands, the Lord Reaper Pike, seizes Fair Isle. In the wake of his death, many Ironborn captains race back to the Iron Islands, as a struggle of succession is inevitable due to the fact that Dalton's only heirs are Salt sons and no Rock sons, right? The small folk of the island and a few knights that remained on the island rose in a rebellion against the Ironborn oppressors. In a span of 3 days, hundreds of Reavers were hacked to death. Ooh, hardcore. Well, their ships were set ablaze until only the Fair Castle itself remained in the hands of the Ironborn. The garrison at Fair Castle was mostly composed of close companions of Dalton Greyjoy, led by Alistair Winch and Gunther Goodbrother, until the former was killed by the latter in a quarrel for Lyssa Farman, one of the salt wives of the Red Kraken. So the rebellion was put down because two of them fought over one of the captains. So that's a little confusing, right? So the Fair Isle Rebellion is a rebellion against the invading Ironborn at Fair Isle after the Dance of Dragons.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably one of my lesser known ones, right? Like that's pretty tiny.
Yeah, I don't particularly remember that one.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't know that. I didn't know that about the dance. That was below my threshold of knowledge for sure.
Well, cool. I'm good. We're learning stuff, nerds.
Baltimore just.
Oh, did they? So I was trying to read. Morning, Christy. Dude, I'm watching football too, Irish Potato Thief. So literally all three of the people on screen are also watching football. In fact, probably everybody in the chat besides the Australians watching football. And they also get mad when you call this football. Rebel? Wait, I got something for this. I downloaded a bunch of clips for Rebels. Ready?
Rebels!
Yeah.
Dude, I'm doing a full Family Guy rewatch at the moment.
Really? Because I got a second one of the same scene.
Yeah, Rebels! Yeah.
That's all right, cool. I'm glad you're doing a Family Guy rewatch. I also got stuff for treason. And also, if people get mad about how I'm reading the cards, I finally, for popular demand, because I quote it all the time, whenever I can't read my cards, I quote this on my video. So I finally have this clip.
Simply read the cards. You're going to be wonderful, really.
Because 90% of my brain is Wayne's World quotes. I'm not even kidding. It's about that. All right. What number should I roll again? Or do you guys have a request? Or do you want to talk about Fair Isle?
Let's talk about, so.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
The Ironborn do the thing that the Ironborn do, where they take a bunch of land that they just straight up cannot hold. And then they lose it all to the people who they just took it from in a silly way. Is that basically Fair Isle?
Yeah, that's about Fair Isle. Except, I love the idea that they hack them. Like, it's a little violent. Like, it's a pretty violent uprising. I'm kind of in for it. And it's mostly a small folk uprising, which I'm always down for, which you guys know. I don't need to say that out loud. Yeah, I think you said everything we need to say about Fair Isle.
Well, so when it is the small folk, it's always going to be hacking because they don't have access to like real weapons, you know?
Yeah, probably.
So they're going to be using tools. And then I wanted to mention,
or bludgeoning. There's a lot of bludgeoning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I wanted to mention burning their ships was probably a bad idea You always,
Yeah,
if you really want to win, you always want to give your enemy the option of retreating. The Germans learned that during World War II. Whenever we would drop paratroopers in, if they surrounded them completely, they would fight to the last man, and they would take out like 10-1. If you left them a little hole to get out, they'd leave, and they wouldn't kill everybody.
Yeah, he just explained the Battle of Bastogne in a nutshell.
I also was thinking you were going to say, oh, they should have hacked them up and kept the ships and then had a navy themselves, which also go be pirates, you Fair Isle peasants. What do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well they did because Alyssa Farman was.
I'm trying to think of what can I call you in the first 10 minutes of a YouTube video that Taco won't yell at me for. The
timer already went off. It just went off. So you're good.
Yeah, we're at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. That doesn't mean you have to swear.
I'll still call them losers. I'll still just call them losers who are too scared to go be pirates.
All right. Thank you. All right. I'll roll another one. I do like it that it's somebody named Gunther Goodbrother. He must be the ring general. That's for Rust. No? Rust
God damn it. It took me a minute because you said Gunther, and then my brain was like, "Wait, where's that going?" And then I heard the other thing, and my brain had to process it.
All right, I don't make WWE jokes for Michael. Okay, no. I know my audience.
Well, no, my brain had to connect the fact that Gunther was in my brain because of WWE, and then I heard you say the Ring General, and I was like, "Lord of the Rings." Like,
if I would have said Ring
I'm stoned. All right,
weird stand. Yeah, I know you always are. Love your Rust. All right, let's roll this again. 5. This is a really good one. Let's start the Black Fire Rebellions in not the right order. Let's just jump right into number 3. You ready? The third Blackfire Rebellion. The third Blackfire Rebellion was a conflict late in the reign of King Aerys I Targaryen. Sir Aegor Rivers, known as Bittersteel, launched a new invasion after crowning Hagen I, the fourth-born son of Daemon I. Excuse me. Prince Maekar Targaryen showed his leadership during this conflict. His son, Prince Aerion, fought in the war as well, as did young Prince Aegon, thank you. Showing his courage, Bittersteel was taken captive and brought in chains to the Red Keep of King's Landing. While Bittersteel was found guilty of high treason, the king spared his life and ordered that Bittersteel be sent to the Wall instead of facing execution. The rebels learned of the Bittersteel's fate, and thanks to many Blackfire friends still at court, the ship carrying Aegor to the Night's Watch was taken in the Narrow Sea, and Bittersteel was freed and returned to the Salsor company he had founded, the Golden Company. So he made it back to Essos.
Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah. Luck had nothing to do with it. I mean, it probably did. Lucky that Aerys didn't listen to Bloodraven and just kill him. You think maybe Bloodraven wasn't always so bloodthirsty, but it was the fact that, like, Aegor kept getting away, that after that he's like, just kill the Blackfires right away, all right? They always come back. Like, do you think it was like learned? You know,
well, I mean, yeah, if you give the guy the, non-lethal alternative and he then turns around and doesn't take it, then yeah, you're less inclined to try it in the future.
That too, and you know me, but I'm fond of the theory that I heard. I can't remember where I heard it at this point, but that he saw a vision that a Blackfire would cause problems for the prince that was promised, and that Aegon with Dany, and his attempts to overcome the prophecy and eliminate the Blackfires led to the scenario that will eventually lead to Aegon becoming a problem for Dany. So that would
wait, are you trying to imply that Aegon the Sixth is a Blackfire? I've never heard this theory before.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
That's one of those on
Mummer Dragon.
Yeah, it's one of those on the old Reddits and the forums from.
Oh my god,
from way back in the day.
I definitely don't know any of those. Can we talk
that
about
old
how
Game of Thrones iceberg?
Can we talk about how still Shanks Walton is actually Dominic Bolton? I don't know any of those. Morning. Oh, everyone say morning to each other. Hi, Christy. All
morning.
Right. It's from Australia. It's like the other side of the world. Literally. Not even a hyperbole
it's the
there.
Future.
So this is definitely like, if you want to talk about why I want Fire and Blood Volume 2, like, right after we get wins. Of course, I do want wins next, but, like, Fire and Blood Volume 2 is because I'm such a lore fiend and such a history nut that, like, learning about the Blackfire Rebellions, not only that, but learning about a lot of the kings we know nothing about, like Ares the First, Jaehaerys the Second. Like, dude, that stuff's like, like, I want it so bad. And this specifically, too.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean,
Like,
Do we have any details of Prince Aegon's involvement here?
No, just that he fought in the war.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'd be
anything past
interested
that.
with like Dunk's involvement and that sort of thing.
Well, I know he's involved in the next Blackfire Rebellion, the fourth one. Dunk actually, I think he's actually in the card that I got coming up for that one. But
Egg's involvement is just getting near people, and Dunk takes them out right after that. Like,
pretty much.
That's how the battles all go.
Dunk, this one next.
Or like Aegon's like about to like he's like fighting one guy, someone comes up behind him, Dunk slides in and takes out both of them real quick, and then like Aegon goes off to fight another guy, then Dunk comes in again. It's just over and over.
You think that Egg purposely gets Dunk like on his back foot and like into the mud so his like flea bottom instincts come up? Like when he's trying to fight like a knight, he's fine, but he's like kicks him off his horse and throws him in the mud, and then Dunk's like, oh, and goes all flea bottom. It's like, dude, you're way better this way.
Egg just sees a mud puddle like on the battlefield and runs over to it to like make his bodyguard more fired up.
Yeah,
like, get a home turf advantage like a Pokemon or something.
Pretty much. I'm glad you understand Pokemon, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Actually, the fact that so many of these theories that we're actually going to cover like will be in Fire and Blood Volume 2. So yeah, you can say that about so many of them coming up. All right, I'm going to roll again. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, number 1. So re-roll, because that's just the thumbnail. 16. Hey-o. Where are we at here? Oh, this is a small one you guys have never heard about. The Rain Tarbeck Revolt. So this is one where I purposely left a lot of the facts on the table because we do know so much about this one. So the Rain Tarbeck Revolt, also called the Rain Tarbeck Rebellion, was an uprising in the Westerlands in 261 AC. House Rain and Tarbeck renounced fealty and arose against their Lannister overlords due to the perceived weakness of Lord of Castle Rock, Tydos Lannister. The revolt was crushed by Tydos' heir, Sir Tywin. Tywin's actions to restore House Lannister's power are immortalized in the song The Reigns of Castamere. He is known to use a song against troublesome bannermen. So, yeah. I do have now 2 characters that I've covered on my channel that are like literally involved in this. I think my Roger Rain is about to come out, and then I covered his sister Ellen Tarbeck, or Ellen Rain. So a lot of this is fresh in my head, but yeah, there before this, there was Ellen Rain, who was married to a Lannister and then married to another Lannister, and then eventually gets booted out of the Castle Rock because she's a widow of a Lannister, so she goes and marries a Tarbeck. And so it actually started like 20 years before the Rain Tarbeck Rebellion. There's like 20 years of people resenting each other, of like somebody trying to marry into Lannisters and not working out, and so on and so forth. So when and also Roger Rain is a hothead. We'll talk about him a little bit more when we talk about the Peak Uprising later on, but he like watches his dad die in the Peak Uprising and then just starts slaughtering captives until Aegon the Fourth stops him. So like we do know that the Rains are a little crazy. So, but yeah, what do we need to say that you guys don't know about the Rain Tarbeck Rebellion? They raise up, stop paying taxes. A very young Tywin then marches, burns down all of Tarbeck Hall, and then turns back. All the Rains go back into Castamere, hide in the mines, and then he redirects the river and floods out the entire town, essentially, which is pretty messed up. And then that's it. And then they make a song, Reigns of Castamere. So anything you guys want to say about the Reigns of Castamere? We finally got to a big one.
Yeah. Don't Don't lose if you rebel. This is another. This is the first real lesson. The first real time we can bring up that lesson in a very strong way.
What is a reign? Good job. Yeah, no. If what's the line from The Wire? If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure. I know Tywin's like 5 years old at the time. He's more like 15, but like, I don't know. Maybe they just had no clue what they were dealing with. They're like, okay, little kid,
Sure.
and they're like, wait, he just burned the other guys. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm sure they had no idea this was like Tywin's arrival on the scene. So
yeah, and also Tytos is still in charge, so he just takes him and his brother Kevin just take the army, and they're like Deuce's dad, and then just go do it. Like
that's
actually
was
pretty baller.
Oh yeah.
But of course, the war crime of drowning an entire, like, all the servants of the household, all the entire household, not giving them a chance to retreat, nothing, is up there in one of the worst war crimes. Arguably the worst thing Tywin did, probably not. I don't know. It's that or Tysha, but but it's up to you.
Yeah.
I do consider him one of the most evil people, which we covered last time. But yeah,
I think we talked about this in the Discord. In the House of the Dragon, they were using the tune from the Reigns of Castamere as still like the Lannister anthem sort.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah.
Well, the theory was put forward that the Reigns of Castamere was an existing melody that somebody put new words to when the incident occurred, sort of like the Battle Hymn of the Republic and John Brown's Body sort of thing.
So you're saying that somebody Weird Al'd it?
That would
potentially, yeah.
I know you used actual examples, but I was gonna. So
I mean, in the type of football that isn't the one we're watching now, they have a bunch of songs that they sing, and they just put new lyrics to all of them to like include their players' names that are currently on the team. So like, it makes sense that they would have a bunch of like known melodies and then throw new words on it, and it's all of a sudden Tywin's song.
I mean, American football does that too, because you got who day and who dat.
I wish badly that American football crowds would get as organized as European and just anywhere else's football crowds, not even just Europe, but anywhere else's. And if we could sing meme songs with players' names in them, like the stuff that the TVs have to mute sometimes, like they'll be that like if we did the American equivalent of what they do in England with their crowd songs,
they have no clue.
The NFL atmosphere would be unbeatable. Like it's
already who does that?
Close, but
professional wrestling fans.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's if we can get more wrestling fans to become.
Dude, they have to mute. They have to mute the entire feed because of the crowd all the time. It's hilarious.
They're finally not censoring signs again, which makes me really happy. Some of the best insults have been written on a sign, like Goldberg eats corn the long way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, where was that insult when I was in high school? Eats corn the long way. It's so freaking good. And there's the idea of a big, huge, buff Goldberg. All right, I'm rolling my D20 again. Said that online more than once. 15. So we're going back one. Speak of the devil. Peak of the devils. We got the Peak Uprising for this one. So I got a little bit more because this one's lesser known, and also I pretty much can cover everything we know about them and know about this in one slide. So House Peak were loyal supporters of the Blackfire Pretenders. I'm going to piss somebody off calling the Blackfires Pretenders. I know it. They were stripped of their castles at Dustinbury and Whitegrove in the aftermath of the First Blackfire Rebellion in 196 AC. Lord Gorman Peak, also known as Gormy, was executed in the Second Blackfire Rebellion in 212 AC. So that's during the events of the Mystery Night novella. In 233, during the reign of King Maekar In the peaks rose against the Iron Throne to suppress the rebel lord and the Dornish marches. The king chose to lead an army himself, which is cool. During the concluding battle, the storming of Starpike, King Maekar led the attack on Starpike's main gates, but was killed when he was crushed by a rock dropped from the bannerments. Hardcore. Less than an hour later, Tywall the Lannister was killed. Lord Robert Rain was killed, and that's when Roger Rain went on a killing spree. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have that on here. Never mind. Why did I have to add that in? After the battle, the eldest son and heir Roger Rain, the Red Lion, slaughtered 7 captive peaks in revenge before Prince Aegon, also known as Egg, arrived and stopped him. King Maekar's death led to political chaos. A great council was held later that year to determine the heir, and his 4 sons. His 4 son Prince Aegon was crowned, and he became Aegon V. Okay, that's the Peak Uprising. These guys are great. I love House Peak. How are they still around? That's what I want to know. Like, they constantly supported Blackfires, and then they did their own rebellion when you can't get a hold of Aegor Bittersteel, you just do one you just do it live, and they never got they never got reigned in Casimir'd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they challenged the Iron Throne, not Casterly Rock.
Yeah, but Lannister showed up, just not the right ones. Just Tywin was not around yet, I don't think.
It seems like most houses don't just get completely wiped out when they rebel. Like, that's why it seemed like it was a bit of a new thing, what he did to the Reigns, right? Like, usually they're just like, oh, we're going to give this to your nephew's cousin who has your last name and likes you better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or giving a family that was subservient to you dominion over you, which is more embarrassing. You can use that as an example for generations. You can keep pointing at them and being like, they used to be in charge until they screwed around.
Yeah. The total extinction of a house is definitely not a thing you see too much, at least not from war. Like, we just see it naturally a lot, like especially in Harrenhal. But like, losing fights of like completely destroying the other house. It's not something you see too much until psychos like Aerys II come around and Tyrion or Tywin come around. Probably Tyrion too. I'm not going to say Tyrion is above it. Are salt mines mentioned anywhere in the Song of Ice and Fire? Well, no, not that I know of, except for salt pans. But I think salt pans is more. Oh, Michael already answered. Yeah. And April even beat him. Okay, I'm way off. But I've always assumed salt pans because of like salt water because it's on the ocean. But yeah,
they trade salt there, and in the Mountain Blade mod for Game of Thrones, you can get cheap salt there. So I think they have a salt mine somewhere. But
also, when the Brotherhood Without Banners killed the guys who just attacked the Reavers of Salt Pans, when they found them and hung them, they put hunks of salt in their mouth, which I thought was really hardcore. Because I don't know, that just sounds sick. The Brotherhood of Banners are probably pretty messed up. They're kind of sick. They're kind of metal. All right.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I don't know if I would party with them, but I definitely wouldn't. I would say hi if they came by.
Graded on a curve, right?
Yeah,
Who knows what you would do if you saw what they had seen?
True, and also who they kill. Like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say every Frey deserves it. Most, but not every. Especially the ones that we see, they are losing the narrative.
They're losing their way.
Yeah. And it's funny because the ones
salt seems expensive for that gimmick.
Yeah, but then when you're done, you take it out.
I think the point is there's a lot of it at salt pans.
Yeah, so much.
With the name Salt Pan, I was always assuming there were like salt flats.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Maybe. Well, I don't know if it's a salt mine. I just know they seem to export salt. So.
Okay. Sorry, that's what I get for trying to read.
It might even be just a salt marsh that they evaporate in big
Ooh.
salt pans.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving along. If anyone has a tangent.
I was gonna say then good. Imagine George has just like announces in the next book that like they just have desalination in Westeros just solved. Like they can just separate salt water and water, and that's what they just do at salt pans all the time, just out of nowhere. Just like, yeah. They have these special pans that desalinate all the water. They separate the clean drinking water. They get all the salt. It's great.
Yeah, it's weird. How come not everyone does this? That's odd.
Yeah,
I don't know. I did roll, and it's funny because Rain Tarbeck Rebellion was 16, and then Peak was 15, and then I just rolled 14. So we're like, this is one. So between the Skagos Rebellion, which we'll get to, and the one that I'm about to read, I did a poll today of like which of the really small rebellions do you want to learn more about. In the last I checked, the Skagos one was winning by 1%. It was like 32. And then this one was 31. And that is Lionel Baratheon's rebellion. So, yeah, we got to love Lionel Baratheon. You know, he was a Storm King. Like, isn't that cool that this dude's like, he reminds me of like Balon Greyjoy or Rob Stark, like, going in rebellion and then taking like the name of the old king of that era. Sorry, you guys thought I was going to keep the card up, and Michael took a bite of something, and I took it down.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. It's your stream. If I'm eating, I'm good.
No, you're good. Yeah, go ahead and eat. I made an apple brown Betty for dessert, and I just ate a bunch right before I started. Lionel Baratheon's rebellion. So Lionel Baratheon is the Lord of Storms and has always been one of King Aegon the Fifth's Targaryen's most loyal supporters. Yeah, they met during that trial for Dunk. You guys remember that one. They had such a strong friendship that in 237 AC, the king gladly agreed to betroth his eldest son to and heir Duncan the Small to Lionel's daughter. However, in 239, Duncan became smitten with a mysterious peasant woman named Jenny of Oldstones. Michael, I'm trying to read. Stop yelling Child of the Forest when I'm trying to read, okay? Jeez, I'm busy, all right? Setting aside his betrothal, Prince Duncan married Jenny and Jenny then and there. Wow, just like that. That's smitten. And then it turns out that she like is just a really bad hang. Like he's like falls in love with her right away, and then you find out she has some like backwards views on stuff. Like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you don't.
Date for a while before you get married out there, kings and queens in the audience. Just
Isn't she assumed to be a magi or whatever they're called?
No, she hangs out with Ghost of Highheart, who is absolutely a child. The fact that it isn't just completely accepted in the fandom that the Ghost of Highheart is a child of the forest blows my mind.
Once you see it, it's wild.
It's like there's no evidence that she isn't. Like there's so much. Like she's small. Like she looks, acts, doesn't age. Like she is 100% a child of the forest. All right. Anyways, that's what we get for going Ghost of Highheart adjacent. Like we're not even talking about it. Setting aside his betrothal, he married. The king did all he could to have the marriage undone, but refusing to give up Jenny, Duncan renounced his inheritance in favor of his younger brother Jaehaerys and abdicated the throne as Prince of Dragonstone. Yeah, so he gave up everything. Like Jenny must be pretty cool. He went full Forrest Gump for this Jenny. That's what I'm saying. Duncan's actions wounded Lionel's pride and caused great grief to his daughter. Lionel was so angry that he swore a bloody oath of vengeance and renounced his allegiance to the throne, having himself crowned as the new Storm King. The rebellion was short but bloody, so there were battles. Like, we just haven't heard about them, but there definitely was. Peace was restored only after Sir Duncan the Tall of the Kingsguard defeated Lionel in single combat, which is always brought up whenever somebody talks about how good Duncan is. That's why Dunk did so good in my big tournament, because that one line about him beating Lionel Baratheon, which is ridiculous to me. But yeah. Yeah, what do you guys think of Because You Made My Daughter Angry rebellion, which I'm all for. I love that. Like, as a girl dad, I completely feel you, Lionel. Like, if somebody pissed off my daughter, I'll have a bloody rebellion. Let's go.
You go red wedding real fast if her boyfriend dumps her.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, if she asked me to, I'm not going to be like that dad. Like, no, but if she was like, yeah, like send Duncan after him, I'm going to be like, yeah, right.
Family Guy with Peter with the shotgun. I'm just going to talk to him. I'm just going to talk to him. I'm just going to talk to him.
It's the most Family Guy we've ever been on this show.
It's great.
It's a slightly absurd reason to go to war, to be honest. But my question then, the reason I was asking if Jenny was considered a magi was just the way it's described. Is this considered to be like a magical thing, the love between them?
We just don't know enough about it.
The Ghost of High Heart honestly could have a hand in that. That would make sense, right?
Well, I don't know of the Ghost of High Heart or any other Child of the Forest, because she absolutely is one, doing love potions. Freaking kids.
If
but
Robb Stark was given one, his person who would have given him one is descended from Maggie the Frog.
Yeah, but I don't think Maggie the Frog is a ghost. Is a Child of the Forest.
I think it's up in the air, but yeah.
Just none of her. The fact that she's from Essos, I always, and also her called
I took that as
Magi.
I took that as a cover story.
Okay,
I took it as a cover story, and that she has an unpronounceable name. That just means he's calling her Child of the Forest name, because that's how they describe all the.
Throw out all the evidence as fake evidence. I guess you can make up whatever you want, Michael.
Well, there's just the one thing. It's just the being from Essos. Everything else lines up properly. And if you had a Child of the Forest wife, you might say she's from Essos because no one would question that, right? Like,
all right.
If you're
not wrong,
right?
My one thing is her being called a Magi or Magi.
Yeah,
is exactly what they called Murray Mazdur, who was a magical chick from Essos. So that's
it's 50-50. Like, that's why I said it's like, I'm not like as convinced. Like, Ghost of High Heart is like 80-90%. Like, maybe 100. Yeah.
Yeah, 100 for me. Like, you would need to show me some stuff. No dunk slander. I can do what I want. I'll dunk slander all day. Dunking the kind of tall. Yeah, deal with it. Dunk the long. Here, I got something here.
Yeah, rebels. Yeah.
I downloaded a bunch of clips today, and I create these weird scenarios in my head where they would be perfect for, but that means that they're never used, because like you have to, like, I'm waiting to bring up one specific weird talking point I heard once. Then I have a video for it. That's it. Like, talk about Jason Lannister. I got something for you. That's really obscure stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also want to know how the trial happened. So was there terms set up, like, because there was a rebellion. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to rebel. I'm going to go to court and we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to, succeed. The storylines is going to be separate. And no, they fought. There was a war. It said it was a bloody rebellion, a short but bloody rebellion. So was Lionel then captured, and then he asked for a trial of combat? Like, I want to know how this trial happened.
Yeah.
Was it did it say that it was a trial? I thought it just said single combat.
It depends on who you ask. I'll see what the wiki straight up says, because I've heard it called both.
But what does the book say?
Well, I have to go over and get it.
Don't you know that you just read the book once and then you just refer to the wiki and Reddit posts and a search device and fire ever since then? That's
literally what I do. If you're making fun of that.
No, I'm not. That's what most people do.
According to the wiki, at least, it was a trial by combat, or a trial by battle. Yeah. So I guess I can walk over and grab my World of Ice and Fire. It is over on the bookshelf if we want to go that hardcore.
So, I mean, the most likely scenario is like they had some sort of parlay at some point, and they said, "Hey, your rebellion's illegal," and he's like, "No, it's not, and I'll prove it by defeating you in a single combat."
Yeah, I guess I could add it. You think it would have came to that before other fights, though? Like the fact that they actually had like pitched battles. It's like,
yeah, I mean, maybe they'd fought to like a bloody stalemate.
Oh, maybe.
That's all I can think of.
Yeah, and then terms were sent, and then Lionel was like, "Fight me, wussy," and that's like his only terms.
Yeah, it could have been that like Lionel had basically lost, and the guy was like,
"Yeah,
you know, you can go to the wall or something," and Lionel was just like, "No, screw you. Let's do this."
I think I found the World of Ice and Fire thing. If we're talking about, it says, let's see.
You're reading it straight from.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says peace was restored only after the Kingsguard Knight, Sir Duncan the Tall Faced Lord Lionel in a trial by battle.
There you go.
Sir Duncan, Prince Duncan renounced his claim to the crown and throne, and King Aegon V agreed that his youngest daughter, Prince Rael, would wed Lord Lionel's heir.
Yeah, so he even got terms afterwards.
I think that Lionel lost, and Duncan, being all full of honor, wouldn't turn down his request for a trial by battle.
Or yeah, I think that mixed with like, "Hey, dude, you lost," and Lionel's like, "No," and it's like, "Dude, what do we have to do?" Like, I feel like they had to beat him down again for him to actually give up.
Yeah,
it could have been a situation too where like they had armies ready to go again for another battle, and they're like, "Enough is enough. 1v1 me, bro." And then
Aegon's like, "I'll take you down." Right, Dunk?
It could have been mutinies on both sides, for all we know.
Yeah,
both sides just being like, "Bro, we're sick of dying for this shit. Like, you guys mind fighting each other for a minute?"
I wish that happened more in just like the small folk. Like, can we just fucking not?
It happened in Vietnam plenty.
Yeah, but you know, Vietnam. I know I'm not great on my histories, but it was after the Enlightenment by a couple hundred years, and and that opened a lot of us peasants' eyes up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad I got you on that one, right?
I think the Enlightenment was fueled by coffee.
Probably.
Because that was, I believe, if I have my memory right, I think that's right about when coffee sort of got to there.
In the printing press, like everyone being able to read shit.
Like, they can wake up early,
but
and
it's
read
not
the
just
newspaper.
it's not just that getting coffee. It's switching from wine to coffee.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah, I think it was just like finally, like some dudes like. So I was reading about this. I was reading about how they're humans too, and we shouldn't constantly be the working class.
Did I just watch you react to that dropped pass?
Yeah, the dropped interception.
Oh,
Lamar went deep and just threw a perfect pick, and the guy just drops it.
You're talking about the Enlightenment and losing football.
Which
That's
Lamar,
symbolism.
the NFL is a
bread and
product
circuses,
of
man. They have us figured out. They know how to distract us from what's important.
See, this is why the Enlightenment won't happen now, because every time I start to try to rally you guys, one of us... Wait, did Lamar drop that pass?
Lamar is my fantasy quarterback. I need him to not throw interceptions,
he's my fantasy a lot of things. He's a big, handsome man. I love Lamar Jackson. He's probably my favorite quarterback right now. Honestly, he might be one of them.
Yeah, he's great.
I just love giant dual threat dudes. Like, there's something about that, like that like War Moon Randall Cunningham, early Randall Cunningham type thing of just that, like, oh, no one open, better bulldoze through everybody.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Dual threat scramblers are fun, but dual threat bulldozers are a little more fun. But all right, now that they're punting. I'll start another one.
All right, the Enlightenment you were saying?
No, I said it already.
Coffee.
Screw up.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was like somebody just learned about like, hey, the kings are also humans. Why do they have more right? Like, why is he? Why are these dudes who were just born into it all of a sudden more important than us? And then the guys who are the lords and kings are like, crap, we have to give them just a few rights. All right, we'll stop killing you.
Yeah. I remember hearing about like a few trials at a few points where the court is like, we have the right to put you on trial, and the king is like, by what right are you putting me on trial? And they're just like doing the entire trial, and the whole time he's just like, you have no right to do this. And at the end, they just like sentence him. He's like, I don't think you can do this, and they do it anyway.
I think that was the trial of Charles V. I think.
Okay,
right before what's his name, Cromwell.
Oh yeah.
Came to power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going back to a little bit to earlier. It was actually the Renaissance that was fueled by coffee.
Oh, the Renaissance. Yeah, all right,
Okay.
that makes a lot more sense. Coffee and good art. Like, dude, that was my vibes for a long time.
So what you're saying
underneath the coffee shop.
What you're saying is you need to just get hyped up on caffeine before you go to any Renaissance fair, or it's not accurate.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a functional alcoholic for a year,
and then
caffeine. Stop drinking, switch to coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like 2 days, and then you go to the Renaissance fair.
And learn about like actual, like, what word am I looking for? Linear perspective. Like right before, like, hey guys, people in the background are further away in the painting. What? And just blow everyone's mind.
Yeah. There you
All
go.
right. I rolled 17. We have
show them how much better oil paints are than the old style frescoes. You can let it dry overnight and then go back and start working on it again.
Depends on where you are.
Then get yelled at. Then get yelled at by all the people who don't use those paints because you're cheating.
When I went to art school in the Pacific Northwest, where it's just so wet, and oil paint wouldn't dry for like a week and a half. So I switched to acrylic so I could do a second layer. Like, it was like, no, I got a thing to paint. Like, I don't have time for this. And then I moved here. I used to have. I would paint super thick with acrylic, and I had a fan behind me, and then I'm in dry North Dakota. My paint would dry in like 5 seconds. I could just start another layer. Like, you can never do that with oil. Anyways, 17 is Robert's Rebellion. I wrote very little about this one because everybody knows about this one.
Robert who?
Aaron, the little titty kid.
Bobby B.
Oh, okay.
Little titty.
When he stomped on Sansa's snow fort.
The little titty kid.
The kid who drinks from the titty. Yeah.
You did call him a titty kid. I heard kitty kid.
Sweet Robin, the little titty kid.
That one. Yeah.
So
he has a big rebellion later.
I got
it's
a
great.
couple. He probably does. Well, so Peter does. I got a Maester video coming up. I got Maester week. I'm gonna ruin this because I haven't talked about it yet, but I have a whole week for Maesters coming up.
Is that like Shark Week?
Yes, but Maesters. And I covered Pylos is one of them, who is the Maester at the Vale of Arryn and at the Eyrie. Thank you. And it literally, the whole video is just about like poisoning a child. Like, this is my whole bit, and I was like, this is one of the bleakest videos I've ever did, because it was just like, and then the next day, Pylos poisoned Robin more.
You're talking about the sweet sleep. Yeah.
And then Baelish walks up and goes, you should poison him a little more. Like,
that's such an interesting thing going on there. I really want to see the conclusion of that.
Yeah. The conclusion is the child who's been getting poisoned probably dies.
Because I also want to like really figure out what exactly it is that they're giving him, because that whole like pharmacology is one of my special interests. I just want to know what exactly it's doing in there.
One drip will make you go to sleep. One drip will put you into a coma, and the third drip will kill you. Like, it's like that, right? Like, it's a
so it's like the space
strong poison.
The space royal jelly from Futurama.
Pretty much. Thank you. Yeah. So Robin is just stung by a bee. You have to wake up, sweet Robin. What?
Stop saying that.
Dude, I love that episode. All right. let's talk about this little unknown rebellion. Y'all know about this one. This is clearly written by me with 0 notes in front of me.
Can I read this
ran
one?
up. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You know about this one. Rhaegar ran off with a Stark girl. Her family then rode to King's Landing just for the Mad King to burn them alive. Robert, Ned, and Jon do rebellion, and it ends when Robert kills Rhaegar and Jaime King slays the Mad King. Boom, Robert is now king.
Yeah, dude. When you were like, I'll read it, I was like, wait, I wrote this one from scratch. There's probably a bunch of typos. There wasn't any typos. We're good.
I didn't see any.
Yeah, I'm a typo king, man. You gotta lean into those typos, dude. Cause I put my script on up. I read my script. You know how often I correct in real time? Just,
oh yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
I've got a teleprompter and I do the same freaking thing.
Oh my god.
I was going somewhere.
The Acormancer's here. What's up? The second Robert Rebellion. Yeah, there you go. Second Rebellion.
Petition that we call this Bob's Rebellion.
Yes, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob's Rebellion.
Named
and the B in Rebellion is capital B as well.
And of course, it's named after the Weird Al song Bob.
Or the Primus song Bob.
I thought it was named after the haircut that Robert was sporting during the war.
Oh no, you're probably right. Yeah.
Who was the skater that had that?
Avril Lavigne. Sorry.
Olympic figure skater, female.
Well, I don't know, man.
My mind went to Tony Hawk, and I was like, Tony Hawk didn't have a bob.
I always go right to Chad Muska for some reason. I don't know why. No one said the best skater of all time. I'm not going to say it either.
Guy from Blades of Glory.
Yes. No, Avril Lavigne. I already said it. There's a whole conspiracy that she died 10 years ago.
Do. Can we do a whole tangent on that? Do you buy it?
Just real quick, it was Dorothy Hamill, the haircut.
Oh,
okay. I would never have pulled that. I didn't have that one.
Yeah, that was too far back in my memory to come out.
No, that's just insane to just know.
Yeah, do you?
Oh no, that haircut was like the Jennifer Aniston one. It was huge when she was doing her thing.
What's her name? What's her name? Say it again.
Dorothy Hamill.
Oh my god,
Hamill.
Dorothy, like Mark Hamill.
No, it's spelled slightly differently, but if you're Googling it, it'll tell you.
Yeah, she looks like a beetle.
Russ, do you have a take on Avril Lavigne being replaced by a body double? When she was 20, she died and was replaced by a body double that's now been Avril Lavigne for so long that no one can tell. But if you look at her real early stuff, you can tell.
It's true. I was there.
Okay.
This is my only evidence, and it's 100% true. Only a body double would go on dates with the lead singer of Nickelback. There's no way Avril Lavigne. Come on, man. Avril Lavigne.
Isn't she Canadian?
Is better than that. Yeah, so
what?
I
can see a Canadian pop star dating Nickelback.
What? Because there's only 3 bands up there.
I don't know.
Justin Bieber was from there. You know what? This is what happened with Canada. Okay.
Is that supposed to be in defense of Canadians?
No, this is what happened. All right, they wasted all their musical talent on Rush. And then for the next 30 years, they're like, I don't know, man, Bieber, Avril Lavigne, we're screwed. Nickelback, oh no.
Is Nickelback Canadian?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
But I mean, a lot of great stuff comes. My favorite wrestlers are out of Canada. A lot of my.
You don't have to tell me, man. I'm in the middle of a Stargate rewatch.
Oh well, there we go. What's that have to do with what I was saying? What's the connection?
It was shot in Toronto.
Oh, it's okay. So
and all the outdoor planet scenes were shot in British Columbia. That's why they all look like British Columbia.
Oh, I guess I can't. I just don't know British Columbia landscape so much that I can just call it. My bad. I'm the dick here.
If you're in the Stargate scene, it's a running joke.
Oh, okay.
It's like the what's it called rocks that show up in every movie, Vasquez rocks or something. It's in Star Trek all the time.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Kirk
think of
fought
the new?
Gorn.
What do you guys think of the new kickoff?
Yeah. So far, it's rough because a lot of touchbacks anyway, and it looks different.
No one
Is
uses
it the same as what they've been doing in the UFL?
Yes, I think
Slightly
that's where
different,
they
I think.
got it.
Okay, because I've been watching the UFL, and jury's still out, honestly, on that kickoff style.
Jury's still out.
The big problem I saw is like NFL analytics guys have run the numbers and they decided it's better to just kick a touchback with how far the touchback currently comes out. So most teams are just always going to kick touchbacks anyway, which is the problem they were trying to solve. So it's going to look different and not solve the problem.
I am of two minds of this. When it comes,
I thought they were trying to solve like high impact hits.
Yeah. That's it. When it comes to like, man, wouldn't it be cool to see special teams do stuff? Like, I hate it every fair catch that's called on like the 30 on a punt. It's like, just run.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, that bugs me. But at the end of the day, I am a human being and they're human beings. And the less people to get tackled by giant dudes and get their heads all crushed, the better. You know, like I would just be okay with touchbacks. My thirst for blood needs to back off and just let people.
Yeah, kickoff coverage sucks. Like being on
Absolutely.
kickoff teams sucked.
Yeah.
But also like they had solved the problem of the massive impact hits because they were just all kicking touchbacks. The problem they were trying to solve this year was, we don't want them to be all touchbacks. And they don't seem to have solved that problem.
No, so far. Yeah.
From what I've heard and from what we've seen so far, a lot of those.
All right, I rolled 13, so I'm still just I am going middle out, but it's like the dice is doing it.
The dice doesn't lie, man. It was what you needed.
It's trying to go tip to tip.
Keep doing that. And all right, someone in the audience, gift that.
I don't care.
What's the exact quote from that scene? Do you know how long it would take for me to jerk off every person in this room?
Yeah.
I do, and I can prove it mathematically.
It would be better if I could. No. We don't have anything. It would be better if he just went off and jerked off everybody in that room, guys. Yeah, he doesn't even have enough time to jerk off everybody in that room, and then he's like, well, yeah. And then they like, all right, how many guys are in a room? How long does it take? And then it like goes to, well, if I do 4 guys at once, how do you do 4 guys at once?
And then when they realize that Richard's locked himself in his room for like 3 hours, they're like, should we check on him? Like,
and he's just blaring dubstep code writing.
Yeah.
but
doesn't even notice that they smashed his door down because
the best line is so do we got to worry about height? And it's like, no, the measurement you're not looking for is height. The measurement you're looking for is dick to floor. Let's call that DTF. And then he like starts writing, and then it goes, yeah, but then what you need is the ratio of like a taller guy and a shorter guy. You just have to go a different angle. And then the best is they all do this. It's like, would girth differential make it harder? And then they all do. They all just think about it. It's like, yes, it would. All right, if you guys don't know what we're doing in Silicon Valley, it's the ending of either the first or second season. It is by far
first, I believe.
I believe it's the first. Like
the first 2 seasons are amazing.
I love that whole show, but yeah, definitely the quality does.
I just haven't gotten all the way through it.
That show's so good, but yeah, no, that people who I know are like, yeah, you told me to watch Silicon Valley, and I enjoyed it. Until I finally got to that scene, and I was like, okay, I'm watching something special. Like, yeah, no, it's just the giant dick joke that breaks through compression in the internet, like a huge breakthrough of technology because somebody made a dick joke. I love it. Mike Judge, dude. All right, cool. Number 13. This is a really weird one. Lodos the Twice Drowns Rebellion. Following the death of Aegon Targaryen. So I have a bunch that are going to start with following the death of Aegon Targaryen. Because I'm covering all of those except for the Vulture King. I don't have any Vulture Kings on here. My bad. Following the death of Aegon the First Targaryen and the coordination of Aenys Targaryen, a revolt broke out in the Iron Islands crowning a man claiming to be the priest king Lodos returned. Lodos was around back in the day. The revolt, however, was swiftly put down by Gorin Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands, who descended with 100 long ships on Old Wick and Great Wick. Thousands of his disciples were then put to the sword. Lord of Gorin sent the pickled head of Lodos to the Iron Throne. That's hardcore, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
I wonder if it was like a red brine, like a beet brine.
Ooh. Now you're just making Lodos' head sound tasty. I'm down, man. They put a bunch
What
of
is it?
peppers in it. I mean, if
I've
you're
seen
pickling,
red pickled eggs. What is it in there that makes it red?
Beets?
Yeah, gotta
the
be
eggs.
beet.
Okay.
I don't know, but I will eat any pickled egg. Go, 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 go. Okay, sorry. I'm not watching football. You guys are watching.
I need Baltimore to score more than 10 points. This is not okay.
I just didn't want KC to win because I don't like
I
that.
forgot to put money on this game.
All right. Do we want to talk about the very obscure rebellion of Lodos, the twice drowned?
Can we go over why he's called the twice drowned?
Yeah, I don't think we know why.
I would imagine
It's because he would drown himself twice.
Drown him again.
If I had to bet, I'd say it's because he was drowned. He's drowned in like the normal ritual, and then he was like lost at sea, and they pulled him out again, and he should have died, but they gave him CPR, and they're like, the drowned god saved him again.
Yeah.
Well,
he was a priest, so they drowned themselves once, anyways, right? So then he must have just been drowned another. Half of those guys get drowned all the time, and then
he got.
You know how much brain damage you get being drowned. And
wait,
then
what do you mean half of those guys get drowned all the time?
Like they just drown all the time. Like the Iron Island guys, they just get drowned like every weekend. They're just constantly getting drowned. Dude,
I thought that was just at your I thought that was just at your inception.
Yeah, but see, it turns out that if you party really hard, constantly live on a boat with a bunch of armor, and I'm assuming you have some type of brain damage from the first time you were drowned, you just end up falling in the water and drowning more. And they're really good at CPR on the Iron Islands.
Oh, so you mean by accident?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant they were out like ritualistically drowning themselves intentionally every weekend again.
Yeah, maybe not.
I was going to say, if they were doing that, we would have seen Aaron doing that.
Yeah, Aaron, yeah, he's had to have been drowned more than once. Yeah, because didn't he
that's how he had his friggin' revelation.
And then had the revelation. And
his
then
conversion.
He's like, drown me again. Dude, Michael, please tell me you've thought about doing some videos on how crazy the Ironborn are.
Oh yeah, at some point I'm sure I'll get around to it. Yeah.
You know who I want you to cover really bad, right? I think I've told you this.
The Farwinds?
Yeah, Gilbert Farwind, dude.
Yeah.
He's like one of your videos. Like, if you listen to that chapter, it pretty much yells, Michael talks about stuff, talk about this. Like, his eyes are constantly changing colors. And then one dude looks at him and they see nothing but madness in his face. It's like, dude, yeah. Let's talk about that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love Gilbert Farwind, dude. He's the true king of the Iron Islands. I do not care. Yeah. Absolutely. Some dude in the chats. Oops, clicked the wrong one. Some dude in the chat's talking about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Fantasy football shenanigans.
You're like, I told you I wasn't going to talk about it out loud, but
I told you. I pretty much told you I was going to talk about it. I was like, well, I'll be distracted, but I'm down to stream.
I put it up on my TV too, so it was like, no, if I'm not gonna I told myself I was gonna make you feel like a jerk, so I was like, no, let's just watch football. Like what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know the game was on until he told me.
Well, yeah, he asked me what preseason game, and I was like, preseason. It's over.
I only follow the Dolphins, man. So
yeah, no, it's time to start. Packers tomorrow.
I need to set up my ESPN app alerts.
Preseason's been over for almost 3 hours now. Like, come on. All right, I'm looking at Lotus Twice Drowned. Priest King, he would be a monarch, walked on Sunset Steep. Oh, yeah, maybe because he's based on Lodos, like the first dude was Lodos, so he's claiming to be the second coming of a dude who went and drowned himself.
Yeah,
maybe that's why he's calling himself the Twice
I think you're
Drowned.
absolutely right. That's
'Cause it's
exactly
like
what a prophet would call himself. Yep.
The Iron Islands way of saying the second, right?
Yeah. The second coming.
Yeah.
The reincarnation.
Yeah, it depends on how you spell that word, but yeah.
All right, new theory that I haven't thought about for even
I was going
more
over
than
spellings
2
of
seconds.
reincarnation.
sorry, keep going, Michael.
Patchface is the actual reincarnation of that guy. The guy pretended to be the guy pretended to be a reincarnation, but then Patchface is the actual one. I haven't thought about that.
Patchface isn't twice drowned. Patchface is 90% drowned.
No. The spirit of the guy who actually drowned
Good.
is down there and
Good.
waiting to reincarnate, but it wasn't the guy who claimed to be the reincarnation.
You know,
He's in Patchface now because
you don't want to have any Costco references.
I just got a Lamar.
Not at the moment.
Oh, you just got a
Sorry.
Lamar touchdown.
I think so.
Yeah, you sure did.
I missed. Yep, there we go. 49-yard touchdom.
I love that Irish potato thief. It's like, yeah, Costco rocks. Like, dude, we must be really. We're watching football, not even talking about the extremely important rebellion of Lotus the Twice Drowned, and our chat's just like, so Costco? All right, get it together, guys. Get it together. All right.
Remember the first time I was in a Costco and I went down an aisle and I looked up and on the top shelves there were vending machines in packaging. Like, it wasn't quite blister packaging, but it was like a vending machine in a package, and it had a price tag on it. Like, you could just buy a vending machine at Costco, and I was like, oh my god.
Should get a dude to forklift it down and then just put a bucket in it and get the bag of chips out of it and walk away.
Can I look at
It wasn't
that one?
loaded.
You're like, can I look at that? And then he gets it down with the forklift. You're like, can I look at that one instead? Get a different one down?
I watched Idiocracy before our city had a Costco. Like, I didn't know much about. I knew they existed, but because I watched Idiocracy multiple times, like I said earlier, I didn't say it, but Mike Judge is one of my favorite creatives of all time. No, not filmmakers, creatives of all time, because I love Mike Judge, and I watch Idiocracy all the time. So I just think of when they walk into Costco and the dude just goes, "Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you." Oh, that's great. I will say that to a Costco greeter one day.
The old Patrick chocolate bar sales technique. I love you.
Yeah, I love you. All right, that's good. Does Costco have a Song of Ice and Fire books there? I guess it would be in bulk.
Sure they do.
That's what she said. Yeah, no, check to see if they got. And yeah, the giant unicorn island float is always worth it. That was good. I can't talk my wife into getting that because we don't have a lake place, nor do we go to the pool much. But I just want a giant inflatable unicorn, just because it sounds like something I need in my possession, just in case. You don't know when you need one.
Yeah, what if there's a flood?
Yeah. Everyone else is just sitting on their homemade rafts, and I'm riding a unicorn by them.
Yeah.
Deal with it. And there is a flood almost every year where I live.
Yeah. Okay,
the Red
there you
River
go.
sucks.
There you go.
Not the Red River of the South, the Red River of the North. I once said I live by the Red River in North Dakota, and somebody goes, "You border Mexico?" I was like, "What?" Apparently not the Texan Red River. Like, I'm in North Dakota.
Red River
North
Like
Dakota.
when people travel to South Dakota and they think it's going to be hot and warm because it's got the word South in it.
Well, it's more warm than North Dakota. The winter hell line breaks pretty. Like, you do not have to go too far south before you're just out of Hoth. Like, it's like 4 hours and you're out of Hoth.
I was surprised when I learned that as a kid. I was like, our winters are terrible every winter. And then, like, my cousins who live not that much farther south were like normal. And they're like, yeah, we get snow sometimes. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Talking
Hold
about?
on now.
It's the same
Washington-
with the subtropics down here in Florida. Because I'm down around Miami, and when I drive north, it's usually around Christmas time, and it'll be like in the 70s down here, and then it'll be below freezing before I leave the state.
Wow.
But that's like
nuts.
8 hours. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
a big state.
it's an incredible distance, but
It's
yeah,
a lot of Florida guys.
it's
too.
pretty abrupt.
I can't
Lot
wait
of
for
Florida
Grand
what?
Theft Florida mans. A lot of Florida mans. I
Yeah.
can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6 Florida Man the game. It's gonna rule.
Is it set in Florida?
What's Vice City? Yeah.
Okay, I haven't paid attention.
The trailer like that came out like last year, and it's like comes out in 3 years is what the trailer
Yeah.
says. It's the ending is just a montage of Florida mans. It's just like guys
Okay.
messing with alligators and stuff. Like it's very
Nice.
it's gonna be very Florida man-y, and I'm down. I'm all down for that. I love making fun of Rust and his people. All right,
transplant. I'm not
I'm
from
gonna-
here.
I know you're not. You're from New England or close to New England, right?
Yep, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Yep. I vacationed there. I think I told you that once. We wanted to go to Maine, but we found out Portsmouth was cooler. So
It
we
is.
went almost to Maine. Portsmouth was great, dude. I had a lot of fun. Number 1 again, 18 again. Geez, we're running out. 4. Oh, we already did 4. Now I'm rolling the same thing. No, I didn't
Just
do
go
4.
up to the next one.
Yeah,
right?
we've only been going for like an hour.
Yeah, I know. I just keep rolling the same things. So I stacked these dice to keep rolling in the high teens. Don't look at me.
You just either go up or down to the nearest one if you roll.
What are
the
you,
same, right?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. So I had a.
That wasn't the right person to reference, but
High
What do you
teens? He said high
because
teens,
he
right?
likes them until they're 25.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes that old, huh? Weird.
Yeah. He has
Yeah,
a
I should have
chart.
said
He has a really cool chart.
Wilbur Valderrama. He likes the,
gross.
He
likes
likes them too young.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, gross. Let's bad touch and move on. All right. Actually, 4 is one that we haven't covered because we covered the 4th or the 3rd Blackfire Rebellion, but we have not covered the 2nd. So that's actually what number 4 is. Because A is before B, and there is a rebellion that starts with A. For some reason, I thought, I don't know, I had it all mixed up. Don't know what to do. All right. The 2nd Blackfire Rebellion was the 2nd attempt of the Blackfire pretenders to claim the Iron Throne. The failed plot took place in 212 AC at White Walls, where the hedge knight known as Sir John the Fiddler was revealed to be Damon II, also known as Damon the Brown Dragon. During a wedding tourney, the plot was hatched by Gorman Peak, but foiled by an egg and a lunk and a plum. Oh, then Bloodraven showed up and stuff. Can you tell which ones like I mostly have off the wiki and the ones that I type? like they are not. I do not freaking hide it. Like my pros are awful. I don't try to write like the wiki. I'm surprised more people don't call me out for that when it's like, because I get so bored when I'm writing my scripts of like saying King Maekar the First Targaryen, where I'm just like, I'm gonna start calling him Makey pretty quick. Like,
yeah. You got to do something. You got to spice it up, right?
Oh, is this is this one of the scenes from A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms?
yeah, this is the Mystery Knight. This is the 3rd book, pretty
Okay.
much the entire 3rd book, which is another reason why I kept it very light, because if you want to know about it, go read the book. And if you haven't read the book, you probably don't want me to give away the entire book. So
Yeah, as an example of like how bad I am at getting subtext, I didn't realize that there was anything about a rebellion going on the first time I read that.
Oh yeah, geez, Chables.
Not a clue.
Thanks for making a bunch of sense, jerk. The
say?
Eldor Master himself. He said, "Why don't you just minus the ones that you've done and roll a lower die?" Because that's way too smart. All right, so have I done 8 of them already? Because then I can roll a d12. See, I can do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'll roll a d12 next. Got it. All right. Do you guys want to talk about the Mystery Night? Second Black Pearl Rebellion. Do you like that I just said an egg, a lunk, and a plum?
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah.
So Maynard Plum.
Just my only real commentary on that is if you have not read those books, go read them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So one of the scariest passages I think I've ever read, and I covered this. I don't want to give away anything for Interest in Nerd Club, but I talked about Maynard Plum last time I was there, and there's a passage about his glamour, and it was the more you focused on Maynard Plum's face, the less he was in focus.
Yeah.
That is a terrifying, like Lovecraftian sentence that scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like just the more you focus, the more it blurs. Like that is so like existential.
That would just make me feel like there was something wrong with me. Like I wouldn't even be like, there's something wrong with you. I would just be like, I'm having some sort of like weird migraine or stroke or something.
And that's what Blood Raven wants.
Acute face blindness, only concentrated on this one person.
Yeah, weird.
So it appears
wonder what
Xavier
happened if he took
Worthy
his
is
picture.
Well, they don't have cameras.
No, I know that.
They can't afford them.
Yeah, someone in a glamour has to like pose for a painting for like 8 hours, and they're just like hoping the magic holds like the whole time.
And it's like a painting. It's like beautifully detailed of like the room and their body and everything, and then their faces just like a gray cloud.
Yeah. Like one eye is just wrong, like different than the other. Like
I'm not good at drawing faces.
So you're saying that Monet and Picasso came up with Impressionism and Cubism just because they were trying to paint somebody in a glamour?
So Monet was allegedly a combination of his deteriorating eyesight and the smog of the time, the industrial smog.
Monet? I've heard that said about Van Gogh.
Van Gogh?
Yeah.
He wasn't an impressionist.
I know he was an impressionist, but I heard that
I'm talking about like the sort of soft focus that's going on in Impressionism being a result of the
I know. I just heard that exact reasoning was Van Gogh's style, not Impressionism of Monet. But
what is it about smog that would lend itself to his style?
I don't know. I'm just saying I heard that once. Jeez, why are we fighting over this? Jeez.
I want to know which one of you is right. I demand you fight to the death over the smog and Van Gogh.
Is it going to be a trial by combat or is it just a normal trial?
I demand a trial by 7.
Oh, all right, dude. Do you got 6 friends? I don't think I have 6 friends. I was just saying.
What if, could you just have a trial by rock, paper, scissors, but it's like 7 friends against each other? You have to like choose people to rock, paper, scissors each other.
People hated Monet.
I was just going to go pay
much.
some unhoused people to have my back, but you know,
Jesus.
Whatever.
Jesus. That's not okay.
Oh, hobo fights.
They're my neighbors, man.
No, we're not talking about hobo fights again, guys.
It would be a great legal system, though. You could, and sport. It could.
I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with what Michael's saying. I'm not okay with any of it. He's not.
How much could it cost to run a team?
All right, stop. I was going to talk about. I'm gonna talk about Monet really quick.
I bet you could make money if you organize.
All right, I'm gonna.
They should let people.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
What's my hand?
This is on target. We're talking about a trial by 7.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about competitive hobo fighting.
Yeah, wrong Duncan book.
Right, but you know it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, people hated Monet so much that they would paint exact replicas of Monet's art and light them on fire outside of his showings. That is a level of hatred that is so crazy to me.
That sounds like something painters would do when they're mad. Yeah.
It would have been awesome if he had like if he was like selling on like the down low, if he was selling them cheap like prints of his paintings to burn outside his shop, like Elvis's manager selling the I Hate Elvis pins.
Oh
yeah. Or like, is it the ban the Boz t-shirts that Bosworth would sell. That's an
Yeah.
old college football reference, but
Yeah.
All right.
Same idea.
Do we want to talk about Blood Raven or eggs or dragon eggs or wells? Shut up about the wells.
You
Or
know,
anything
what
else?
is there to say that hasn't been said, right?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty well documented. I think this is the most well documented Blackfire Rebellion because it's the only one we actually see in a book. So yeah. Moving on. I'm rolling a D12, Chables. 8. So I'm just now I have to count. You guys can talk as I count.
I really am. Xavier Worthy seems to be very.
Oh shit!
good
When
at
did Kansas City score again?
I know.
He got another touchdown. He's really fast. And
I can't stream and watch Kansas City at the same time.
I wasn't even
No,
watching.
me neither. I've completely missed a few of your descriptions of rebellions and then like caught up by context.
I love the difference here. I've missed the football game and you've missed the stream. I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
The trick is
I'm
if you're
running
watching the stream, if you're watching the stream separately, you pause it when the card comes up, and then you can read the card when you have time.
Yeah, there you go. So there was a few rebellions when Aenies takes over because Aenies sucked. Can you not, Cat? Just leave me alone, dude. Come on, go. So this is one of them. We already covered Lodos the Twice Drowned. He's one of them. And here's the next. Jonos Aaron's Rebellion. Upon the death of Aegon the Conqueror, here we are again. People all over Westeros sense weakness in the new king, Aenys I. One of these people was Ronald's younger brother, Jonos Aaron. Wow. With the aid of the Eyrie garrison, Jonos deposed and imprisoned Ronald in the Sky Cells and declared himself king of the mountain and the Vale. Aenys was hesitant on how to deal with this because Aenys sucked. With the independence movement, Lord Allard Royce and 200 of Vale bannermen loyal to Ronald began to lay siege to the Eyrie and demanded for Jonos to release Ronald from his cell. In response, Jonos flung him through the moon door. Whoa! Earning himself the nickname Jonos the Kinslayer. The situation remained a stalemate until the arrival of Prince Maegor Targaryen atop Balerion. Yeah, hell yeah. At the sight of the dragon, the garrison sent him through the moon door and surrendered the castle. Maegor was not merciful towards the garrison and ordered them all to be hung or hanged. Hanged. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote hung. I don't think I wrote hung.
Because you were thinking about penises.
Fuck, I knew you were doing. I was thinking of something else. Is what I was gonna say. All right, so what? So what if I was? I wasn't
chiding you for it. I was just mentioning it.
We love a well-hung garrison.
Yeah, and then you send him to the hangman so you can be hung and throbbing and thick. Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't think the hangman makes you thick.
Well, it makes you hung.
I was like, you haven't seen what I can do with a rope.
Whoa! Oh my god. What's the name of the dude?
I don't. After saying that, and you say, "What's the name of the dude?" I don't know what dude you're talking about.
Carradine, David Carradine.
David Carradine, yes.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah, there we go. Who hung out in the closet? Oh my god, Mark. Jeez, that was not okay. Because he self-erotic asphyxiation, autoerotic asphyxiated.
Yeah.
What I don't know is if he finished. All right. Do we want to talk about? All right. I got some symbolism.
Probably in his Wikipedia page.
Ready? I'm about to symbolism the crap out of you. Let's
symbolism.
Yeah, symbolism.
Some symbology.
Yeah, I'm gonna symbology the crap out of your face. Let's talk about Ronald Aaron, shall we? Ronald Aaron was the
sounds like Ronald.
Flew twice. Ronald flew twice, right? So
yeah.
He was sitting on top of the Rearward Throne.
Ronald McDonald.
Rearward Throne. Hear me out. And then Visenya shows up. He takes a flight with Visenya, and then he eventually goes out the Moon Door, right? The Moon Door is a Weirwood door, right? Mm-hmm. And he flew.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely brand symbolism here is all I'm getting at. Like Ronald Aaron absolutely has brand symbolism. Like you got the moon, you got the Weirwood throne, you got flying the boy who flew, the king who flew, and also a Bran actually eventually does become king somehow. I just think that the Bran,
because he has the
comparisons are
best
a little
story.
yeah. What, you read the book?
Somehow
Tyrion?
Bran has become king.
He has the best story, even though we left him out of an entire season. Because the story got boring. But yeah, that's
I don't see too much brand symbolism here because half of those things would be met by anybody thrown out the moon door.
Okay, all right. Well, what other main character is you're not gonna walk again, but you're gonna fly? He's all about flying. He's gonna fly one day. He flew.
Yeah, but he didn't fly. He got thrown out the moon door.
Yeah, but no, that's what he says. That's what Bloodraven says to him. You're not gonna walk again, but you're gonna fly, because he's the Raven's picking his third eye so he can fly. It's all about, there's a lot of flight turning into a Raven symbolism with Bran. And then Ronald's the king who flew. All right, maybe I'm reaching. No, they both sit on Weirwood. I got that.
No, it's there's definitely some Weirwood symbolism with the veil going on.
Yeah. Didn't you have a whole freaking video about transporting Weirwood to the veil?
Oh, well, yeah, they tried and they couldn't get one to take up there. And that's the only time they ever talk about planting a Weirwood, and it didn't work.
If I could, this is something I thought about a lot. If I could ever ask George a question, like if I'm at a panel and I stand up and I'm like, I'm going to go and ask George R. R. Martin, he's the author of these books, if you guys didn't know, a question. I would make it about our community, but I would say, like, how do you feel about how the length of time in between your books has made the fan theories go from like R plus L equals J to now like Indie Geek has an entire video about Dunk's foot.
Right.
like bottom of the barrel. Like some weirdo in a mustache is like, Leaf is Nettles and also Nan. I love your mustache, you know that. Yeah. You weirdo. So anyways, I've now pitched Gilbert Farwin and Ronald Aaron to you. I'm gonna have to keep pitching people until something sticks. I love that my buddy Dave, who we had on last time, just goes, Mark, are these whole videos just for you to try to get Michael to do a video? I'm like, yeah, no, it's like a fun game at this point.
Yeah.
I think you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. All crows are liars. That's for sure. Do you guys think the Bloodraven is the three-eyed crow, or do you think that is two separate magical beings?
You asking me?
Yeah, sure. Whoever wants to answer.
I think it's most likely Bloodraven. I'm open to it being a future Bran or Bran the Builder, who would still be alive.
Whoa!
Yeah,
you gotta tell me, Evel Knievel, how'd you make that leap?
Just to confirm, the old man in the cave grown into the Weirwood is definitely Bloodraven.
It's definitely Bloodraven. That is not a fan theory. That is definitely.
I got the impression that they were separate entities, but I can't really point to any reason why.
So, do you want to say what you were going to say, Michael, before I answer his question?
Well, I can sort of say, I think, what you were about to say, too, if you want to just say why people think he might be separate.
So the main thing is when Bran makes it to the cave and he goes in front of Bloodraven, he asks, so are you the three-eyed crow? And Bloodraven pretty much has no effing clue what he's talking about. He goes, a crow? I guess I've been a crow once. Sure, why not? I've been a lot of things. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, he has no clue.
I did. So I had recently seen a passage, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of like,
hello,
he was still the crow in Bran's dreams or something. So like I remember really recently seeing a line that implied like Bran was having conversations with Bloodraven in the cave, and then in his dreams, they were continuing those conversations with him in the form of the three-eyed crow. which
Yeah.
would make it like pretty cut and dry that it is in fact Bloodraven who's the three-eyed crow. But it's not like conclusive. But like I remember seeing a line recently where it implied that, and I was like, oh dang, I now feel more strongly it's probably just Bloodraven. And the reason maybe that he's confused when it's brought up that he's the crow could be that like it could be setting up Bran doesn't know that he appears as like a young Weirwood to Jon. Like Bran may not know his form that he takes in dreams later.
Or I'm gonna make a really weird reference here, but it's like Trellflamadorians, like Bloodraven's constantly living multiple lives and multiple timelines. And if anybody just walks up and he's like, "Hey, dude, are you the crow?" It's like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Right.
Like,
yeah, he's just
gone.
Can
anyone tell me what the Trellflamadorians are from?
No.
No, Mike, Rust. I thought you were gonna be all over that.
No. Don't know that one.
Come on. Trellflamadorians are the alien race from Slaughterhouse 5. And they are four-dimensional beings. So the best thing about them is they live their entire lives simultaneously. So, like all at once, because they're 4 dimensions. So if they run into a dead one of theirs, they don't mourn them. They just say he's having a bad day. Because they're going to see them later on down the line alive. Because they're living all their existence at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. Slaughterhouse 5. I think Russ would love Slaughterhouse 5. If I know anything,
he's currently dead for tax purposes.
Who, Rust is?
No, it was from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, yeah, you really did. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm too busy thinking about Kurt Vonnegut that I'm not thinking about Douglas Adams. Favorite Douglas Adams quote is my favorite thing about deadlines is the whooshing sound they make when they fly by.
Yeah,
love that line. But no, Rust, I highly suggest you read Slaughterhouse 5. I think you would love it a lot. I think you would love it. So as we were talking, Irish Potato Thief, as usual, has just been killing it in the comments. He's so funny. I've never seen a three-eyed crow, but I've seen a one-legged cow. Been waiting to lose that license. And then just jacking his old man. See, that I buy. Yeah. I also think Jack and Cyril Farrell has a little bit of leg to stand on. And I used to not think that until I went through the books for the 30th time. And Cyril talks like Jackin. Like they have the same cadence.
I've always thought it had a little bit of a leg to stand on. The community hates it.
Yeah,
and like I kind of get why a lot of people hate it, but I can't rule it out completely. You know, I don't necessarily like it, but like it's not set up by the text.
He talks like Jackin. That's like my only thing. Like he even talks about death and the many faces of death.
And if Arya was being recruited,
well, they're both Bravosi, aren't they?
No, Jackin is not Bravosi. Jackin, I want to say is from.
Well,
but he was trained in Bravos, and his religion is deeply Bravosi.
Oh my God, where's Jackin from? That's why he talks like
so they're using the same religious references.
Yeah, they are using
the same religion, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just because you're from Bravos does not mean that you follow the many-faced god.
Okay, but every single guy on that ship made sure that Arya knew their name.
Okay, so they are very familiar with the many-faced god.
Yeah. All right.
They're all terrified of it because they have faceless assassins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if they don't worship the many-faced god, they are aware of the faceless men.
He's from Lorath, by the way.
Okay.
Jack and Agaris. And the only other character we know from Lorath is Varga Hope.
Oh, and he was the first sword to the Sea Lord of Bravos, right? So he's been in Bravos.
Syria.
Yeah, so oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Jackin's from Lorath. And that's
just
weird.
Right next to Bravos.
Wait. That doesn't make sense because they say the reason why he talks the way he does is because he's from Lorath, but the only other character we know from Lorath doesn't talk like that. Varga Hope doesn't say, a boy wants this, a girl wants this.
That's because of his Bravosi. The wiki's probably just wrong if they said that that's why, right?
I don't think it's ever said that's why. Okay. I think my brain just always thought that's why he talked that way.
Yeah.
That his weird cadence was from Lorath. This
No, I
has
think that's from
so much to do
Bravos.
with the theory we're talking, or the rebellion we're talking about, right? I am from Lorath. I speak for the trees. Okay, the fact that my Hisdar Zolorak, the Lorak references, like, no, I've never had it. Like, anytime I talk about I call him the Lorak, and I've never had a comment about it. Like, I feel like I'm killing that joke. And then then Irish Potato Thief steals it for Lorath. Oh my god, I'm mad. What was
Also-
the last one we were talking about? I don't remember.
Also, talking about Syria, we're definitely talking about, of course, Ned Stark's rebellion, the famous rebellion to usurp the rightful heir, Joffrey Baratheon. Short-lived rebellion that cost the lives of several northern household guard
of Ned
and Ned.
It died on the vine.
It died on the vine. It died on the
It
vine.
petered out.
It petered out. I'm gonna turn the air on because I'm getting sweaty. So who wants to read? Does anyone want to read the card?
Yeah,
Here,
I'll take it.
Here, I'm gonna play a thing first because I'm so glad I finally have it.
Simply read the cards. You're going to be wonderful, really.
My advice for your rest. All right, rolling my d12, 6. So 2,
So we're going to round that to 6.9.
5, 6 is actually slide 10. So that's a good one. Heron the Red's Rebellion. Good luck. I'll be right back.
Aegon the First Targaryen and the coronation of Aenys the First Targaryen. The outlaw Heron the Red rebelled against the Iron Throne, first of 4 rebels who rose against the Iron Throne. Red Heron was an outlaw and bandit of the Riverlands. He claimed to be a grandson of the late King Heron Hoare, who had been known as Heron the Black. With the aid of a castle servant, Red Heron seized both Harrenhal and its infamous lord, Gargon Coheres, slicing off Gargon's genitals in the castle Godswood and feeding them to a dog while Gargon bled to death.
Hell yeah.
Heron proclaimed himself Lord of Harrenhal and King of the Rivers. Aenys ordered his hand, Lord Alan Stokeworth, to take a fleet north to the Vale and deal with Jonas Arryn. However, and at the last moment, recalled the order. Fearing that Heron the Red might attack King's Landing after this waste of time, he instead dispatched Alan into the Riverlands with several hundred men to hunt down Heron the Red. Heron killed Lord Stokeworth, but was killed by Alan's squire, Bernard Brune. The grateful King Aenys knighted Brune and rule over Harrenhal was granted to House Harroway.
Sorry about those typos. I think there was just one, right?
I don't think the first sentence made any sense.
Aegon the First Targaryen and the coronation of heirs. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Well, it looks like I copy and pasted and forgot like the first line. Something. I don't know. So it looks like
That'll happen.
I thought that maybe it was supposed to say at instead of and.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it seemed like.
That's
I was just
really
gonna
funny.
say I'm in favor of this one, right? This is the one that killed Gargan the Guest, the guy who would
dude
go
was
around.
awful.
Yeah, go around first nighting everyone once he got guest right from them. He would show up, get a bit of food at your daughter's wedding, and then be like, "So, first night time."
Yeah,
like,
dude,
yeah.
it's so gross, man. And also he's described as like this big, nasty look. Like I think of him like Harkonnen, like the big.
I thought you were gonna. My mind went to a different Harvey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
allegedly Harvey
allegedly.
Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey the Red.
He looks
Harvey
allegedly
the
like
Guest.
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
No, I was
so yeah,
gonna-
if you're gonna rebel and chop a dude's balls off, probably a fair one to pick. So I'm in favor of this one.
No, I was going with Lord Harkonnen from Dune, like a big, gigantic, like gross, very into. As I'm eating a donut, very into excess, like because the Harkonnens, not to just break down Dune lore really quick, but the whole thing in the first book is how the Atreides are not animals, that they have will of their, they do not flee from pain right away, right, is like what the first chapter is about, but Harkonnens definitely are about excess and going through their base need instincts, so they're all about banging and fighting and eating and getting gluttonous. They're very gluttonous, right? And that's what I think of as was gargling these guests is like just a gross, nasty dude who's just like, the food's nice and spicy, so you want to go to your quarters? Yeah, no, screw that guy. Hair in the Red definitely. I don't want to say anyone deserves to have their wedding tackles chopped off and fed to dogs in front of old gods, but like, I would be more mad if it was somebody else.
When you do that enough times, you have to know that that's a risk you face, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't wish that on anybody, but if somebody first knighted my wife and or daughter, I would do that. I'm sorry, but that will end up happening.
That's the thing. Like I've had videos where I've pointed out, like, this is a society that needs some social progress because it has things like the first night that were like traditional in this society, and people get mad, and it's like, bro, I don't care how much you think you hate progressives on Twitter. You would be a progressive if your boss was allowed to bang your wife by law. You would want social change.
A commenter who I really enjoy named Univa's Finest commented, like, because I said, like, oh, is this king bad? Would he make a good king? And Univa's Finest is like, aren't all kings inherently evil? And my comment is like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I commented, like, yeah, I do think that anyone who wants absolute power is at least inherently a little evil. I will state that they're not all the same amount. It does go. Yeah. But I think anyone who wants to be part of a ruling class is inherently messed up. I think it is. But
yeah, the weird thing about being king is you may not have even wanted it. It may just be you were born with it. So like there is room for people who are just victims of the system and use it for good rather than for evil.
I'm not gonna say that, but then the comment they got was, that's just communist dribble, and I was like, oh my god, block. Like, get out of here. I don't need to hear it. Like, no, it's like, where are we where we're defending the monarchy? Like, what are you doing? Like, and it's like, what? There's a lot of good reasons why monarchies existed. It's like, no, there isn't. One dude made up the fact that his blood was important so he can be in charge of all you people. And you're defending him? Like, what are we doing here? Like, no, like that kind of weird, like how far the pendulum goes the other way. Like, leftists are evil and monarchy is good. Like, whoa, okay, you went way too far. Yeah. I'm a centrist, and I still like, I'm still like, all right, come on, what are we doing here? I'm all for free speech, but don't use it so wrongly.
Well, you have the right to say that, but it is dumb.
Yeah, it is, and I have the right to say you're pretty stupid for thinking that. I'm glad you said it. All right. So yeah, Hair in the Red. I mean, yeah, getting rid of the guest is a really good thing. I do. Yeah, actually, he doesn't even seem too bad.
Yeah.
Like, so what? So he took Harrenhal. He believes that his grandpa once ran Harrenhal, and the dude who's currently running Harrenhal is a monster. Well, Hair in the Red's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm for him. I'm voting for him. He's getting my vote in November. Hair in Red.
Yeah.
Should I write in Hair in the Red, guys? All right.
If he had just like done his thing and then sworn fealty, he might have gotten away with it.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, no, absolutely. Maybe not to that point. If they held him captive and then wrote like, hey, he's been doing messed up stuff. I'm not trying, like, I will swear fealty, but he had to get rid of. But, chopping off his wang tang and feeding it to a dog in front of the gods. So, I feel really bad for Bran when Bran's just going through like old VHS tapes of like things that done in front of the weirwood trees. And he's
all
like,
human sacrifice.
Harrenhal in 30 AC, what's up? And it's like,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, that would have been like an acceptable like sacrifice to them too.
Absolutely.
So Bran
Yeah.
would be in the tree going like, "Oh yes," like
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be all about that.
Give me that blood.
That's probably a big dopamine hit, I imagine, being in a weirwood when it gets a blood sacrifice.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
it's like Requiem for a Dream when they zoom in on the pupils and the pupils get bigger. Just like Hair in the Red hacks off Garland and the Guest like wedding tackles, and then Bran's like, oh yeah, that's the good shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any blood of King, or else it would have been really cool. No King's blood, sadly.
He finally gets to see something that isn't bloody, horrible human sacrifice, and it's just his aunt getting banged to make his half brother.
So Bran is sitting there eating his whatever paste, and he starts doing that the pupil thing where his eyes dilate and whatnot. And then Mira's just looking over at him, and he's going, he's like all sweaty, and his eyes are rolling back, and she's just like, "I'll have what he's having."
It's like, cool, it's your brother. Here. It's made from a little kid named Jojen who's hanging out in the back. We don't know who he is. Wait, Jojen Reed? No.
The other Jojen.
No, it's a different Jojen.
I just see someone like, I just like see him freezing, being like, "No, the other Jojen."
No.
Jojen Dirt.
Jojen
Root.
is first man for Weirwood Siege.
Honestly, Jojen Dirt, Jojen Mud is like the Joe Dirt of the Cranics. Jojen Mud would be a real name, right?
Jojen Deer.
Oh man, and it would work too. Where like because the reason his hair is the way it is. So like the bog devil scalped him, and so he put on like a badger fur, and it just grew into his scalp.
Oh my god!
Clearly, he's a child of the forest in a glamour, and the glamour is the wig that is the mullet, and that's how the hair shows up.
All right, this is a good tangent. I mean, I'm still gonna get off it now, but that's pretty good. All right, so Hair in the Red did nothing wrong. I'm glad we all
hold on. How many do we have left?
10.
10. So we're halfway through?
Yes, almost exactly.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Right.
We're one. We started with 19.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right.
Mr. Pedant.
1, 2, 3, 4. What'd you just call me?
A pedant. No, I'm sorry. I called you Mr. Pedant. I was being respectful.
I lost count now. I should have listened. I'm trying to be polite, and I'm going to listen.
I thought we were flying.
You were trying to be polite. I thought you were calling me out for insulting you.
Shut up. I'm trying to count to 7.
What did you just call me?
It's really hard to count to 7. It is 18. I was right. That doesn't make sense.
There's 1 minute left in the
I must have 9
game,
left.
It can't.
I must have
it
9
can't,
left then. 1, 2,
It can't.
3.
It can't matter. It can't really matter.
We need overtime here.
6,
we need
7,
overtime. Let's
8,
get a little
9.
more
Overtime.
time.
Okay.
Overtime would be nice.
Rust.
Yes.
9 left.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through.
I thought we were flying through these. I'm like, at the beginning, I was like, we're gonna be done in like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
and
but
now
then
we're hour 45,
No,
and we're halfway through.
It's the thing where it's like, I haven't had a drink in 2 weeks, so then you get just plastered.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're making good time, so then we're just like
I haven't had a
Jojen
tangent in
based
weeks.
tangents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best one. Yes. I'm glad we get to talk about the frickin' Skagos Rebellion. Let's go. Skagos is a large island in the mouth of the Bay of Seals. In theory, the island is part of the North and subject to House Stark of Winterfell. However, the island has little contact with the mainland of the Seven Kingdoms. In practice, they rule themselves. They rose in rebellion against House Stark during the rule of Daeron II. That's not long ago, by the way. The rebellion lasted for years and claimed the lives of thousands. Among them was Lord Barthagon Stark before being put down. I looked it up. Barthagon Stark is the fourth son of Cregan. So that's really cool to me. That made me really happy. This is literally all we know about this rebellion, and this rebellion sounds like fire. Like, absolutely. I love that it's like during the time of Daeron the Good and Skagos fights against the Starks and a Stark Lord dies. Like, where is this story? I want to hear about it so much. Like, This makes me
There's
really
so
happy.
many. There's so many little things that if they wanted to do like a 2-season series at HBO and they had like a good writing team, they could just do a little thing like that. Like it'd be Vikings, but it's just the Skagos Rebellion. Like,
Bro.
if
I gotta
they
walk
could
my
just-
dog real quick.
All right.
If they could
I'll,
just figure these things out, like
I'll remove you, and when you sit back down, I'll bring you back.
All right.
Just me and you. All right. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, if they could just figure out how to get these shows where they like have it like really well written and like they cared about like what George is talking about, that butterfly effect stuff, right? Like, because that's what you would need for someone to care about something small like the Skagos Rebellion.
You know, they could make a lot of good shows if they knew how to make good shows.
They could. Well, they could, dude. Like,
I still have hope for Hot D. Hope.
I do too.
A little bit. But
it
like,
can still be fixed. It's just current. Like,
getting rid of Maylor was some bogus crap.
it's just not currently on a good path, which is why George just came out and hammered them, hoping to change the path that it's on.
Oh, right.
And
I'm okay with the change of blood and cheese.
Yeah.
I understand. Hear me out. And I understand why you don't want to bring in a 2-year-old. Just say Magor was in the other room.
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
so easy. They didn't have to cut the character. They just
Right.
did it. There was no reason. Like, I understand not keeping him in there. Yeah, they forced that. Like,
Unforced errors is what pisses me off about it too. There's not many. Like, I thought season 2 was all right. Like, it's fine for the most part.
ending pissed me off the most.
The ending they needed 2 more episodes, but I understand that that's not the writer's fault. And I can even understand that, like, yes, it's gonna suck now, but like it could get better in the long run if like season 3 gets a proper budget and episodes and everything. But
God, sorry,
yeah,
football now.
I know, same, yeah. But like, yeah, right now it definitely sucks. But the show itself could still end up being great. Like, it's not even just good. Like, it could still be great.
There's
on its current path, it's going to be like pretty solid, right?
There's a lot I like about it. Performances, holy crap, the performances are so freaking good. I couldn't even go through an episode like a review without like just stopping and being like, all right, like,
yeah.
Massaria killed it. Freaking Rhaenyra, Emma Darcy, they are so good. That scene with when Rhaenyra, like the hug that, or the embrace that turns into the hug that turns into the kiss, like, oh my god, that scene's so good. All right, I could just see that you're watching football. Hey,
touchdown, right?
That was a catch.
I gotta see.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going for 2? This madman is going for 2 and the win.
Yeah, 0.
I wanted overtime. Oh,
yeah,
you're getting. Is he in? We're not going to get overtime. Oh, he's out of bounds, I think. Oh no.
Sorry, this is bad TV. I'm sorry, guys. No, Michael, you do you. I'm making you do a live stream with me on the NFL opener. It's my fault. I take complete blame
I think he's
on
out
that.
of bounds.
Is he? Because that was
think
such a beautiful catch.
I know. That's why I'm so upset.
Very the catch back of the end zone out of nowhere. Very the catch. I'm gonna roll my D8 and I'll move on with my day here. 5. So I could also look at comments. I haven't done that for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let me know when. No, he's in bounds.
I'm watching the replay now. Like, his toe is.
Yeah, just barely. It was tip of his toe. That counts as out of bounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's gonna count.
All right,
I would get fantasy points if it counts, but I don't think it's gonna.
All right, everybody. I'm sorry that we're just stopping to watch football. It got really exciting. All right,
Game is over.
Yeah, game's over. I hate that Kansas City one. All right, I'm gonna talk about the Greyjoy Rebellion, and I see a cat butt. I think that means that Russ. Do you want to be back in?
No, I think he's probably just got his cat. I can't see it, I guess, but his cat could just be in front of the thing, right?
Well, now he's here.
Oh,
no,
he's
this
back.
is cat
he's
butt
back.
and him. Rust,
Oh,
you back?
okay.
Oh, well, he's not responding to me. Rust.
We
Hold
covered
on, I think
nothing
I
while
have
you were gone. The game got exciting, and
All right.
we got distracted.
I'm going to start reading about the Greyjoy Rebellion, and then we'll
Yeah.
see if Russ is back when we get that. Greyjoy Rebellion was... What? All right. Greyjoy Rebellion was an attempt... Yeah, now he's gone. Attempt of succession by Balon Greyjoy against the Iron Throne in 289. So this is not the one during the War of the Five Kings. This is the one, in 289 where, Robert Baratheon has to fight against him and so on and so forth. So that's which Greyjoy Rebellion we're dealing with. Rust, you are back.
Yep, my headset's up.
Perfect. Balon tried to break away from the Seven Kingdoms to secure independence from the Iron Islands and restore the old way. Lost almost 300 years before, during Aegon's conquest. The rebellion was crushed, and Balon was forced to surrender, cementing the hold of Robert I Baratheon on the Iron Throne. Balon Greyjoy surrendered. His two eldest sons, Roderick and Meryn, were killed, and his last surviving son, Theon, was made Lord of House Stark as a hostage, and his other son, Asha, is one of my favorite characters in the entire series. Deal with it.
If he had just rebelled and called himself King of the Iron Islands, I can see him thinking he might get away with it. But also restoring the old way, where he's going to be constantly raiding, he couldn't possibly have really believed he was getting away with that for any length of time.
Well, the Ironborn are so friggin' arrogant. They just I as much as I love the Raiders, but they have no resources, and they think that they can just kill and kidnap and rape and pillage, and it's none of the real actual powerful kings with resources and a shit ton of land and way more people are going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm going to put you guys where you belong. There you go. That's the way it was.
Yeah, they're very dumb. It's just
they're very dumb.
It's just like what we talked about in the very first one, where they took a bunch of land that they had no chance of actually holding for any length of time, and then they lost it all.
Sorry, but I'm not a Chiefs fan. Sorry, Michael. Yeah, I agree with you. If they ever just rested on their laurels too, I feel like they could do okay. And also, I don't know why the Iron Throne probably doesn't even need them. They just need them not to attack everybody.
It is wild that they haven't replaced the houses that rule the Iron Islands with some people who aren't freaking dumbass pirates.
Nobody wants it because, as mentioned, they have no resources. You'd have to subsidize them, and then they still live on a shitty, wet island that isn't pleasant.
My experience
with a bunch of people who are completely different religion and probably don't like you.
True. Yeah. True. My experience with Crusader Kings 2 implies that you could just get some small folk that would be happy to be the Lord of Anywhere, even if it freaking sucks, and then you just put them in charge. But you're probably right; the Iron Men just wouldn't follow them.
But then you have small folk in charge. Ugh.
Right.
Yuck.
Yeah.
They would let it go to their heads, and they would start doing weird.
Games, but yeah,
you mean small?
I think it would go. I think it would go straight to their heads, and they would start being cruel right away.
Well, yeah, and also you
found a house, right?
You got to deal with Iron Islands. That's a. I could show up all idealist, right? And be all right, we're gonna change everything, and then a year into living on the Iron Island, surrounded by Iron Islanders, you're gonna be yeah, man, let's just go kill some Westermen.
I need a third salt wife. Where is my third salt wife? A year in.
Yeah. Woman, where is my super suit and my salt wife? They're fun. Sports with balls. What's your favorite sport that doesn't have a ball? What's your favorite non-ball sport?
Ooh,
boxing.
Hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
That was the first one that sprung to mind, but I don't really watch a lot of hockey.
Yeah, hockey's up there in the sports, even if you include balled sports. So,
biathlon.
Ooh, all right. I'm not going to make that very obvious joke, so we'll move on.
I competed in a summer biathlon in summer camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with boxing. That's what I'm gonna go with. Is pro wrestling is sports entertainment, but it is not a sport.
Yeah.
But it is entertainment.
Well, yeah, I mean, if gymnastics is a sport, then professional
It doesn't
wrestling
beat
is a sport.
what
hockey.
takes
Or-
it out.
Oh,
What takes it out, it is not a competition because the matches are predetermined.
Sure. So
I will not say it's not
it's
athletic. I will never say that. It's extremely athletic.
a
And it's
display of
extremely
athleticism.
impressive. It's absolutely a display of athleticism. But the fact that other displays of athleticism, such as gymnastics, it's a competition. Somebody goes, Frank did better than Jim, Frank wins. Opposed to, we knew that Cody Rhodes, well, somebody knew that Cody Rhodes was going to go over, right? Like, we didn't know. We all assumed. But I think everyone assumed it before.
is Brock Lesnar a good wrestler? Is he in the wrestling that you guys watch? Or is he
Not anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's been canceled for stuff.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That was.
But, who hasn't?
Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah, right up
everyone
until
gets
last year, he
canceled
was
every
probably one of the biggest names in WWE.
now and then. Gotcha.
Was it just standing too close to Vince? Right?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. I don't know enough about that one.
It definitely involved Vince, but
we did not need to discuss it.
Vince did the human trafficking, and he was the recipient of the human trafficking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's all we need. That's all we need. So rebellions. Yay. I'll roll my dice and shut up. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
7.
We're back to
3.
6. I'm so bad at counting.
4.
All right, Volmark conspiracy. So we're back to the Iron Islands. So we're staying in the Iron Islands. We didn't leave them. The Volmark conspiracy. The younger sister, right? Yeah, we just did. Oh, do we want to talk about the Greyjoy Rebellion at all?
The Greyjoy Rebellion?
Yeah, that was the one that we were on, and then we started.
I think we.
Yeah, because so many of our main characters were involved in that. We've got not just Bobby and Eddard, but we've got fucking what's his name with the flaming sword?
Thoros Amir.
Thoros first through the breach at Pike,
and Jaime Lannister, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that reminisces with him about the battle.
Yeah.
So we've got. I mean, it's loaded with main characters.
And then afterwards,
it's just fun to read about.
you have the tourney at Lannisport where like Jorah Mormont wins and all this other stuff, and you get there's all kinds of really cool stories from that. And then also who was it? So Euron burned the Lannis fleet like right away. Like I forgot about the actual battles that happened. That it kind of starts off with the Greyjoys getting a bunch of wins, and then they land on the island. Look at that, they're screwed. But all right, maybe we didn't need to talk about.
I mean, it's probably one of the ones that we know more about than the others, but it's also like, I don't know what else. There's not too much to say about it because it's just like an excuse for Theon to be chilling there and a little bit of flavor to show us what the Iron Islanders are like.
Yeah,
because they will do this dumbass, stupid stuff again.
I do love these. Go ahead.
Do we get any of Beric Dondarrion's perspective of being there? I can't remember. I assume he would have been. Oh yeah.
Way too
okay.
Young. Beric is like early 20s.
In this show, he looks older, I think.
Yeah. He looks like the same age, but
we barely even get a look at him in the show. We barely get a look at him before his transformation.
Yeah. Before his deaths and his deaths and his more deaths.
Yeah.
Hey, they made the dude who keeps on getting resurrected sigil a lightning bolt. I just love the Frankenstein symbolism no one ever talks about. I know that the original Mary Shelley's Frankenstein doesn't have anything to do with lightning, and it's from the movies. But still, I love the I love the.
I've read it too, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they don't actually say how he got brought back. We just know that Victor Frankenstein did it.
Got it.
And he's less of a monster and more of a philosopher because it's all about Prometheus,
Oh, yeah.
right? It's more about like, why am I? He's like Mewtwo.
He's very emo.
You guys remember that random Alt Shift X vid where they're talking about purpose of life, and he's like, "As a Japanese philosopher once said," and it brings up a Mewtwo. It's like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
it's not even Swift X. It was actual Shift. It was real Shifty, not Swifty, not his bastard uncle or whatever he is now. He's actually claiming to be related to Swift now, but it does change every time he says it. All right,
Don't they have the same voice?
Yeah.
So okay.
Relatives often have the exact same voice,
exact and cadence and accent in literally everything,
and professional partners in their content creation.
Yeah, and this pretty much the same content, but one's drunker. All right, and same opinions.
I honestly cannot tell when I'm watching one versus the other. So,
dude, once you watch enough, yeah, especially Shift's live streams right after were a lot more looser in cadence, and if I wasn't so inclined, I could mistake him for the Swift if I didn't know any better. All right, Walmart conspiracy. Anyone? Oh, sorry.
Sounds like something from World War II.
Every time I bring it up, somebody says something, so I just assumed it was going to happen again. All right. The younger sister of Harrenhal, king of the the Isles in the Rivers, had married into House Volmark. After Harwin's grandson, King Harren the Black, burned at Harrenhal, you guys know about that, Corin of Volmark claimed to be the heir of the Black line of House Har. He was the first of many rival claimants to the title of King of the Iron Islands. However, he was defeated during the invasion of the Iron Islands and beheaded by Aegon the First Targaryen himself. Hell yeah. The Ironborn then elected Vicon Greyjoy, Lord Weeper of Pike, and as the Lord of the Iron Islands. I'm good for like a sentence, and then I lose steam fast. I know. So this is a hobby.
This is how the Greyjoys got in charge.
Yep.
So do they do anything that makes it wrong to say this was obviously a disaster for the Iron Islands? Because like the Whores were like apparently good at what they were doing. They conquered the Riverlands. The Greyjoys have like Balon's Rebellion type shenanigans.
Yeah, the Greyjoys don't have too much going on for them. Honestly, they're not that great.
Right.
They put down. I know. There's another Volmark thing that a Greyjoy then puts down himself. Like there's a couple where the Greyjoys fix it. But yeah, not so much. I mean, this one, Aegon the Conqueror was gonna go invade the Iron Islands and then force them to elect somebody, and then on his way he's like, oh, Volmarks are trying to be kings, and then goes and just cuts a head off on he takes exit 34, beheads somebody, and then keeps going to Pike. So that was a Kingsmoot, and we never hear about that Kingsmoot. I would love to hear the other people who really like how that Kingsmoot went. Because we all know Gilbert Farwind was still alive 300 years ago, and he was also at that one.
There you go.
You ever hear the Gilbert Farwind is to go east, you must go west in Dany's theory, and that he's going to go get her, and he's going to bring Dany to Westeros, but over the Sunset Sea.
He's got to leave soon.
He already did. He's like, he's like 5 feet from them. He's in the middle of the Sunset Sea. Lonely Light's like almost to, South America or whatever the next continent. I love that theory. I hope the interested Nerd Club are not watching, because the next one I pitch to them will probably be that one.
Yeah.
It's not supported in the text, sadly. Well, a little bit. There's one. The must go east. You get to go east, you must go west. And also, he does state, let's go over the Sunset Sea and make our own kingdom. Like he is saying, Yeah, and then I could toss in some Alyssa Farman stuff about going around the world to make it all work. Yeah, I got this. Shut up, Rust. You weren't saying anything, so I chose you.
Make me, bitch.
Ooh, oh, be careful there.
No.
That's all I got. Be careful. You're gonna bark all day, little doggy. Or are you gonna bite? It's my Mr. Blonde. Yeah, we're down to just like 6 of these now. See, we're running out. We're doing pretty good. We got an hour left. Yeah, and only 6. We got 1 Blackfire left. No, 2. We got 2 Blackfires left. Aegon the Unworthy left. I got another Greyjoy. Oh yeah, Dagon Greyjoy's Reaving, which I had to add. That wasn't on the original list, but I definitely consider that. And then what's down here? Sistermen Rebellion. Yeah, no, we got some good ones left. Let's roll the dice. Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we can't roll the dice for you.
I know, but I'm doing it. Therefore, I can't talk, and you guys just let the dead air be dead air. I know. It's my fault.
You can't talk while rolling dice?
No, I can't count. And what's this mean? I have to think about it. 3? Oh, okay.
Someone in the chat just asked what the finger dance is. I think, is it like
That's,
the game where you like... Oh, no, that's right. That's where you throw and catch
The
Throw
axe,
the axe
yeah.
with one
You
hand.
catch the axe, yes.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I would
The
never.
one where the,
Chables is gone. See you later, Chables. He's already probably.
The one where the maester
What's
fucked up.
happening? Taco Crew. Yeah, and then the one dude has to die because the Maester can't put some freaking antiseptic. What, do they not have penicillin there?
Yeah.
No, they do not.
Really? Then if they leave their pepperoni pizza out on the table for too long and fungus grows on it, that's penicillin. So how come they didn't just grab it?
I don't think they're advanced enough to have pepperoni.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't
Or pizza.
colonized the new world to get the tomatoes to make the pizza to... Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were just.
Yeah, do we have
say-
any... Are tomatoes ever mentioned in the text?
No,
I think
no.
we've been over
Tomatoes are
this.
first world
Okay.
fruit. Or Dutch,
New
whatever you
world.
want to call it.
Yeah.
New world fruit. Yeah, not first world. Sorry, second world. And also, the pepperoni pizza left on the table to create penicillin. I'm getting all my medicine knowledge from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. That's how I got that. Do you like penicillin on your pizza? And then they do a funeral for it. God, that movie's so good. All right. 4th Blackfire Rebellion. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't ready, but...
Oh, shit. All right. Sorry. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Just fuck around, find out, Rust. I'm gonna have to like total dom you later just to get my mojo back. You calling me a bitch. All right,
you can try, but
we'll see. This is not stuff that I should do online. These aren't words I should say. 4th Blackfire Rebellion in 236 AC as a cruel winter was ending. Daemon the Third Blackfire. Oh my God, how many they got? Aegor Rivers launched the 4th Blackfire Rebellion. Their army landed at Massey's Hook. Well, Daemon had the support of the Golden Company. There were only a few lords who flocked to their banners this time, probably peaks. The rebellion ended with Daemon's death during the Battle of Wendwater Bridge. Holy crap. Where Sir Duncan the Tall of the King's Guard slew him. Aegor Rivers once more retreated across a narrow sea where he died several years later. Dude, Aegor's like
who was the last guy that we talked about that Duncan the Tall killed?
He didn't. He defeated Laenor. Or
Lionel Baratheon.
He didn't kill him, though.
Okay.
Look who we got in chat.
So they did a trial by combat and it wasn't even to the death? That's fine.
Yeah. Who? Irish Potato Thief? Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh, my God. You've been sleeping this whole time? Hey, you are. Oh, my God. Your ears must have been burning. Look, he just shows up like a woo girl. Woo! We talked about 2 other of your failed rebellions first. And then I called him a cockroach, like right after he showed up. I didn't know he was gonna be here. I'm really surprised Aegor wasn't here right away. I know he has a life and stuff, but the fact that like everyone knew I was going to talk about rebellions, like,
rebellions were the topic. Yeah.
So how many rebellions is Duncan personally responsible for putting down?
2?
Like the final stroke, like this, Sir Duncan the Tall.
Yeah, 2.
Because this is the second one. Oh, I thought you said
he
who.
didn't-
I'm sorry.
He didn't put down this one. No, right?
Well, it said he
No.
killed him, right?
No, sorry. The 4th, yes, he does. But would you consider Duncan responsible for the second Black Friday Rebellion being foiled? It's kind of a group effort, that one. The second one. Because he kills,
Right.
not Corbin Peak, but
I'd say 2.5.
freaking
2 1/3.
the dude with the really awesome green gargoyle sigil who marries Ambrose Butterwell's daughter. He's the one who has a fight with, and it's so cool. How am I blanking this dude's name? Also named the Black. Oh my god, this is killing me. Wow. I've done a video, I did a short on this guy, and I can't pull his name right now.
Is it House Toland?
No. And now I'm not going to
Osgray.
Nope, not Osgray. It's not a house.
That's not it.
Jackal. It says a jackal.
Shut up.
Jackal.
Black Tom. Black Tom what? Heddle. Thank you, everyone who helped me.
There you go. It was close to Jackal, right?
All right, Heddle is almost close to Jackal. All right, I'll give you that. I hate you. Yeah, no, his sigil is so cool. Here, I have every freaking sigil saved on my computer. Give me like 5 seconds. I'll show you how cool this one, because it's a personal arms. You guys, at least, you know what? Both of you guys are going to go, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Black Tom Heddle did a short on this. Only because
that's actually pretty cool.
Right?
I said it before you popped it up, but it is actually pretty cool.
Thank you. Did you look it up somewhere else, or were you?
I was just saying it before.
Hate you, dude. You're not friends anymore. He's got really awesome armor, and I will not tell you when I'm going to put it up, so you can't fuck with me this time.
Oh, neat armor.
Yeah, you're the best. I can say it to my face. I like how violent we're getting today.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it.
We're talking about rebellions.
Yeah.
By the end of this, one of us is going to be in charge of Taco's channel. That's the plan.
Oh well, you know what I have to say about that.
It's treason, then.
Yeah. And then I got to
trying to guess his password for the last 45 minutes.
I got to follow up.
Treason is treason.
There you go.
Nah. But I'm just a 14-year-old girl.
See, look at this. That armor is fired.
That is good.
Yeah, and Dunk beat him via shield bashing. He just brute strength shield bashed him to death. Like
he's like a black version of the Green Goblin. Like,
the Black Goblin.
And the sigil, like, yeah.
Yeah, his name should have been Black Tom Osborne. I mean, if you guys don't get Spider-Man references, what
I got that one.
What are we doing here?
I got that one.
All right.
I wouldn't get a lot of Spider-Man references, but I did get that one.
My daughter watches a lot of. They have like a kid Spider-Man show called Spidey and His Friends, and it's my daughter's like tied for number one. I watch it at least once a day. Yeah. Sometimes I can get away with one episode. Sometimes it's on all day, and it's between that and Bluey, and then some YouTube stuff.
Dude,
but
do the kids these days still watch Scrappy Doo?
No,
Scrappy Doo is still a thing.
No.
I don't know. That's a pup named Scooby Doo. A pup named Scooby Doo. That's the one. The little kid Scooby Doo.
No, we don't watch that. We'll dabble in some older. By older, I mean like 5 to 10 years ago stuff, like not brand new stuff. But because like PJ Masks is pretty old at this point, and she'll do that sometimes. Did a little bit of Backyardigans, but the animation's so bad that it was like, ugh. That like we thought.
I really enjoyed Sherlock Holmes Jr.
I never watched that.
It was good. I think it was just a made-for-TV movie, I believe.
Wait, is that the one? Is that the one of the first instance of a CGI character? My cat is freaking out.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so
yeah, it's the first free roaming CGI character. That's what that movie's. Yeah, that's what that movie's famous for.
Okay.
Yeah. The Green Devil. Yeah. No. Jealousy. Oh, April May killing it. I think Blood Raven would have gotten it done. There's always less bloodshed. Yeah, with Dunk. Oh yeah, you're saying that. Yeah. Without Dunk or Egg, the Blackfire Rebellion 2 would have probably been foiled. Yeah, most likely. Sorry, I was busy brooding. Or is it because the sexual orientation of Aegon or of Daemon II, and you just couldn't be bothered? You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think Aegor Bitterstill, bit of a jerk. I'm kidding. I like you a lot. Actually, easily one of my favorite commenters. Yeah, Adventure Time. Yeah, that's some good stuff. I will not let, I know it's not that I wouldn't let her, but I wouldn't pitch Adventure Time to her yet because it's a little too advanced. Because she's 4.
You got to get her watching all the classics. Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Futurama.
Dexter's Lab.
Pokemon. We watch so much. We watch so everything has become a Pokemon battle. Every thing in the house, she'll go, this is a Pokemon. Like everything, she'll just call a Pokemon. We wrestle because I'm a good dad, and we do a lot of pro wrestling. And she is not a pro wrestler. She is a Pokemon. But she named her Pokemon that is herself Cutie, which is super conceited. So all of her moves are Cutie Punch, Cutie Kick. And it's like, that's her wrestling.
Makes sense.
Which is, I like it. I mean, she got I get a message.
What's her gimmick?
Cutie.
What? Okay, so this shows what type of dad you are. Is the Pokemon type that you are super effective against her or super weak against her?
She doesn't acknowledge type differences.
Well, so clearly she's a fairy type. If she's Cutie, right? She
chooses which Pokemon I am normally.
Okay.
But also when we do, so that's wrestling, and she's a Pokemon when we're wrestling. That's just normal. We're grappling when we wrestle. But when we have Pokemon battles, she picks up a stuffed animal, gives it to me, and then she'll do it. But she is so the cards are always stacked against me, because if she does it, she'll say I lose. She's like, water gun, it hits you, and I'm like, oh, and I'll act it out. But then if I'm like Bulbasaur, Razor Leaf, she says Bodge, because she can't say dodge. Yeah. She'll say Bodge, tackle. I'm like, this is stacked against me, man. This is not fair. Wrong booking, bad booking.
You gotta yell dodge in there just before she says that it hits.
Then she'll probably just do it again or get mad and throw it at me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I get a message from her daycare lady that said, so Maeve keeps asking me to hit her today. And then when when she hits back, she yells at me for not selling. And I was like, I'm so proud. I know that sounds like a problem, but it's like, well, you should be selling. So she probably walks up and fake hits her, and she's like, you're not selling.
Your daughter body slammed a fellow classmate from the top rope today, and she yelled at her for not selling hard enough.
Get up.
I don't remember if I posted it to the Discord, but I had I made a pile driving Miss Daisy meme.
That's good. That's good. Win the Oscar now. Were we on one?
I was just about to say I don't recall what rebellion. We were on the one with Aegor Bittersteel because he popped up at the right time.
Oh yeah. We were here, and we never really.
No,
we were. Yeah,
I
were we
think were
still
on the
here?
fourth one. That's the
Wow.
last one we had to do, right?
Yep. And then he died later. No, we still haven't covered the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, should we do that one next?
Thank you, Chrissy. She is pretty cute. And yes, very outrageous. And adorable. God, man, I'm missing a lot of good stuff. I think I'm close. Like, there's just more American history, but I think my American history is pretty good. But my A Song of Ice and Fire history is almost 100%, but there's just so much less.
Yeah.
I don't think there. I usually, like, I can't recall super quick because my brain's so dumb because I'm not a smart person. But like, it's almost all of it's up there at this point. I don't think there's anything that like I learn anymore. I just have to recall it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at trivia because I can't recall. But if you give me a second, man, I have digested 100% of A Song of Ice and Fire material, so multiple times. I think a lot of us are at that level, but
yeah. It's just the comp with American history is just making me think A Song of Ice and Fire needs like a Wild West, but I guess that was when they crossed over the Arm of Dorne and were just like fighting with the children of the forest. That was just the Wild West of
there is some
Westeros.
just wilder parts of Westeros, but like Dorne is a little wild. But yeah, I want more POV characters in Dorne.
I just want cowboy houses. I'm gonna. Be
honest. Yeah, I follow you, man. Woody. Back to cowboys. I can't say House Man Woody without hearing Slinky Dog go, Man Woody. So I always hear House Dick on Man Woody. All right. I'll roll my dice. Let's go. I know you guys want to go home. Finally. Aegon the Uncrown's Rebellion. If you call the rightful heir, I'm pissing on Maegor fans, rightful heir taking his throne a rebellion, then I guess this is a rebellion. This is when Aenys died and Maegor took his throne, and Aegon went and stole his daddy's dragon and tried to take the throne back from his crazy uncle, and it ended up in the battle beneath the God's Eye where Maegor killed Aegon the Uncrowned on Dragon's back. I think the best thing to come out of this, quote, rebellion is that art. I just love that tiny dragon just in pieces and the dude flying off. I'm like, just, so vicious. Because you like the size difference of dragons. Like, I mean, I don't need to, you guys now know, of course, but like, it's always so cool to see like the little tiny dragons and just like.
Yep. And it goes to show like biggest dragon diplomacy is just a very real thing.
Yeah. Like I'm right now trying to write Jacary's Jace small council, and I figured out how Jace becomes king of Team Black. But then I had the Vhagar problem. It's like, all right, how does he take the throne? Vhagar's there. Yeah. Like, you know, like it's really hard. I think I figured it out, but it's just really hard to write like enough dragons? Maybe? We don't know if you can out dragon Vhagar because she's just so big.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about Aegon the Uncrown's rebellion, even though he was the rightful heir and it totally wasn't a rebellion?
That just don't lose even if you're not technically rebelling, or you may be remembered as a rebel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we should be just call it Maegor's rebellion.
The successful rebellion, yeah. But at that point, because
Maegor's
I guess it would be
rebellion.
Maegor's revolution. You call it a revolution when it's successful.
Yeah. You guys remember that time where the small council was sitting around and there was a picture of Chairman Mao, and then Maegor walked in and goes, "So you want a revolution? Well, you know."
No, Chairman Meow, you're thinking of Commander Pounce. That's a...
Yeah, sorry. Sir Pounce's granddad.
Pounce. That's it.
Yeah, Chairman Meow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Got pictures of Chairman Meow. All right. You guys don't get Beatles references. Come on. Half of this show is me saying weird shit and then yelling at you guys for not getting it. I know if you've noticed.
I got the Beatles reference, but like, what did you want me to do about it?
Sing along.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
Rust, come on.
You gotta reference a more sing-alongable song.
Oh yeah.
If you want us to both.
And I need to
burst
actually
into song.
do it in tune and with the right beat.
Even then, I'm not gonna sing along with it.
I can't hold a note or carry a tune.
No, me either.
Dude, I suck. As much as I love music, I can't make it.
I can only write lyrics.
You can.
I can't do anything else. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Your country music's pretty dang good.
I can write the lyrics. I have to have other tools do the rest.
Yeah. It's like Randy Marsh's Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, then he puts it in. Then I add the drum loop. Then I quantize it and add the auto tune, and then it becomes Lord.
Yep, exactly.
Go ahead.
I don't know why, but that like episode popped into my head like last week.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago for me.
And last Wednesday, I was walking around feeling good on a Wednesday, sparkling thoughts.
I am Lord. Yeah, I am Lord.
Wait, so Lord, who did the music for the new Hunger Games? Yeah, the studio messed it up. It was supposed to go, yeah, Hunger Games, yeah. But they screwed it all up.
Oh, it's great. It's so good.
They just do whatever they want. Oh my god, it's so good. Not so funny, meow, is it? I could say meow. I could say moo. All right. Saber Troopers references. Yeah, so do you think that Aegon the Uncrowned would have been a good king?
Do we know anything about him?
Yeah. I was gonna say probably, but I don't know. Like probably
he looked just like his grandsire, so looked just like Aegon the Conqueror at his age, at a young age. He was getting pretty good at arms. Seemed really strong. He was just cursed with a really awful dad who he had to listen to, and so his dad sent him. Aenys sent him on a progress with no men at all, like barely any men and no dragons, and then died. And so then Maegor was able to take the throne because Aegon the Uncrowned was just stuck at Crakehall on... This is all off the dome. Stuck at Crakehall being sieged until Lannisters went and got him, but even the Lannisters were like, dude, Maegor's got Balerion, I can't do anything for you. Like, I can't go in an open rebellion against the Black Dread. So he sent Lyman Lannister then sent his bastard son Tyler Hill, and Tyler Hill along with John Piper, a Maidenpool, who's like its biggest supporter, and then Miles Smallwood, who eventually becomes Hand. I can't believe I have all this up here. Then go do the battle beneath the God's Eye and lose. So I think to answer your question, as far as I can tell, he would have been a very capable king. He just dealt a really bad hand, and it's really hard to take the throne from somebody who owns the Black Dread.
That was the vibes I got, and it also feels very George to set him up as like, oh, he would have been probably pretty good, but Maegor the Cruel had a bigger dragon. Like, if he would have been a terrible king, it feels like it hits a little less hard, right?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, Frank the almost as cruel.
Yeah,
got taken. Yeah, like Maegor the Cruel has to take it from a good king. Of course, I don't know about your comment section, but I'm about 50% Maegor the Wise on my comments. I
don't know that I've ever brought it up. I have to see.
Bring it up because you'll be surprised. The first time I ever brought up Maegor, I was like, wow. A large portion of at least of my specific followers really like Maegor. Maegor did nothing wrong is a comment I read weekly. And I don't like it, but but I guess that's the vibe I put out. That's the kind of.
Are you sure it's not just a meme?
Some of them, no.
Some are meme, some are
yes,
true.
yeah.
There's a legit argument within the fandom that like Maegor was remembered as cruel by history, but he was doing things that were necessary for the dynasty, and he came
lost
at a
his
time
mind after
yeah.
he got resurrected. But of
Yeah,
course, they
that
all
too.
leave out. He took the throne first before he got resurrected, and he also murdered a maester for speaking out on him taking the throne before the trial of Seven, in which he comes back. So
Okay, but if you're taking the
was
throne and
crazy
someone
first.
speaks out, you gotta kill him, right? I mean, if you're doing what do we talk about all episode, Taco?
Oh,
if you're
you can
doing a
throw him in a black
rebellion, you
cell.
don't lose.
Oh, wait. I got something.
Yeah, rebels. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think you just have to respect
The law.
Sorry.
You don't. I don't.
Do you need me to play this then?
I don't respect the law.
I respect.
I respect most of the law. I
mean,
respect most of the law.
I don't respect it because it's a lie. I respect the ones like because I end up my moral compass falls mostly in line with majority of laws.
Right.
Therefore, I end up following the majority of laws.
I respect what law enforcement can do to me.
The one law I had a problem with recently got kind of changed, so that
Jaywalking?
hemp is legal thanks to the Farm Bill. So
Heck yeah.
So I'm pretty good with the law ever since then. Actually, I got
Well,
no
here
complaints.
I got
Like,
this for you. I got this for you then.
This is the stuff, Lino.
Yeah.
Weed. Yeah.
I mean, between legal hemp, the stronger and stronger kratom extracts, and the ephedrine that you can get over the counter at the pharmacy, like, you don't need illegal stuff anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't need. I haven't needed to break the law in a long time. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with that Irish potato thief is you make memes, and then I'm not going to call anyone by name, but there's a couple people that I actually know by name who go, yeah, see? I'm like, no. It's like, there's a part where we all thought the inappropriate jokes were jokes, but 3 people thought they were serious, and then those 3 people took over that entire chan.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just saying, we all thought those inappropriate things were funny. We didn't realize that other people thought they were scripture. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, I thought I had something else. Oh, you guys watch the horror movie Totally Killer?
No.
Nope.
So
I don't
there's
do horror films.
Oh, I do. I do horror films and horror films. I'm kidding. They
They make me laugh,
That's fine.
like inappropriately.
That's fine. However you enjoy it, that's good.
No,
I
I don't particularly enjoy them,
Oh,
but they make me laugh anyway.
So there is a trend in horror movies where they take a classic tale, either like a movie that happened before or something, and then they like horror movie-fy it, right? So there's like Freaky Friday, but you're switching your consciousness gets switched with a serial killer, right? So it's like, and then there's like Groundhog's Day, but it's Happy Death Day, so you're reliving a day that you die, and you have to try to figure it out. So they take these horror movie concepts and mix them with, pop culture movies that we all remember, and hilarity ensues, in horror movies ensue. So Totally Killer was a Back to the Future movie, but it's a horror movie. And so somebody goes back in time to 1985 and is around for a murder spree that she knew about because it happened in 1985. So in her main timeline, so she's trying to change it and trying to solve it, and things start changing. It's actually really good. It's not like great, but it's a fun little horror movie. But there's a weed joke that I think Russ will really laugh at, and because it totally speaks to people who have been partaking since before weed started changing. And it was she's like, man, I really wish I could smoke some. And she's in 1985, and this chick hands her a baggie, and she looks, and she's like, this is just like dirt. It's like, no, that's some good weed. She's like, no, this is some awful weed. So,
Dude,
no, it's the best
I've only been smoking weed for about 5 years.
Oh,
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, okay.
I was a heroin addict from the ages of 18 to 25 and
well,
got
who
clean.
needs weed? Yeah.
But
That's good.
yeah, I
But-
didn't get into weed until I mean, I tried it a couple times in college. I just didn't go for it.
But the joke is that weed
Yeah.
back in the day was trash. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
to point to your point, Taco, the only drug that I've done is weed, but I have done a decent bit of that. And I have a friend. I have a friend who
I can't tell by your overall hair, mustache, and Packers fandom.
my fantasy team is called the Green Bull Packers, and it's got the logo is Aaron Rodgers going like this. So what I was saying though is I have a friend who his dad used to smoke like way back in the day, like old hippie type, and his buddy would like get a little bit of weed, and they were both like in their 60s, 70s. This was a while ago or whatever, and they would get together every once in a while, and they would smoke like once a year, and then he would take back a bunch of weed with him, and he would just hide it, and that was his stash. And he brings it out for his kids to smoke. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna have a bonding moment. I'm gonna smoke weed with my kids." And my friend is just like, his dad like rolls it up or whatever. They start smoking. He takes a couple hits. He's like, "Dad, oh my God, this is so trash." And then he tells his brother, like, "Here, go get some of your stuff from under your bed." And they get like the modern stuff, and just their dad just got so roasted, and they're just like, "Yeah, no, like your stuff is completely trash, dude."
My tolerance, because I don't smoke weed, and I haven't since I was a teenager. And then if I just like day off where I'm camping and there's literally no responsibility, and I know that I could just enjoy everybody else's. One hit and I'm like lobotomized. Like I just can't. I like will literally talk and just gone. And so I just have to not do it anymore because I want to continue being me.
I took a long tea break there for a while, and that's how I was for a minute. And then I got like my tolerance got back to a point where I was like able to not just be destroyed by one hit, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, I like getting stuff done, and I like being productive.
Right.
And I just, between, you guys know this, any content creator knows exactly what I'm about to say, but between having a full-time job, doing this as a hobby, other hobbies to stay sane, and then family, husband and kid stuff. It's like, dude, I can't get high and not do anything for an afternoon. If I did nothing for an afternoon, I set myself back like a week. I can't do that. I have to.
Yeah, it's nice to have the tolerance where you can dial in how high you're gonna get.
I needed that back. I lost it for a minute, like I said, after a big tea break, and I just couldn't smoke for a while.
I had a short one, just like 5 days when I was on vacation, and it all messed my dose way up.
All messed my dose way
Those
up.
were all words.
All right, scratch that. Put them in the right order. There you got it. All right, I'm gonna look at comments and then we're gonna move on. I already
we got a couple more. Let's bang them out here.
Yeah, bang them out. We got 4 left, and I already know which one we're doing. Galeman Pale. Wow, all right. Gaiman Pale Hair is your favorite king. All right, sounds good. His laws were on point. Yeah, because he was being controlled by the brothel. And it was great. No, I love Gilman Pale Hair. Sadly, that would be a season 5 thing, so they're probably not going to get to it. I thought I was going to make Michael laugh with that one.
I'm too depressed about the fact that there might not be a season 5.
No, it turns out the show sucking isn't a joke to me, but yeah, cool.
I'm still a little bit like, oh man, like we're still what annoys me is right now we're still in the window where they could fix it, and I'm fully aware they're probably not going to.
No.
And like that's what always gets to you. It's just like, oh, it's the unforced errors, and it's that period of time where there's backlash, they could course correct, and then they don't. And it's
all right, well, here's the one for Agor in the chat, because we got the first Blackfire Rebellion. We did these guys like reverse. Actually, no, we did it way worse than reverse. All right, I'm sure you all know about this one. A war fought between loyalist forces of King Daeron II Targaryen and rebel forces of his half-brother Daemon Blackfyre. A conflict arose when Daemon, the bastard son of the late King Aegon IV, the Unworthy, I just said the Unworth, claimed the throne of his older brother, trueborn King Daeron, which resulted in open civil war and divided the Seven Kingdoms. According to Maekar Targaryen, it had been both Aegor and Fireball who had played the largest role in convincing Daemon. It lasted nigh a year and divided the Seven Kingdoms. The final conflict of the First Blackfyre Rebellion was the Battle of the Redgrass Field. Daemon fought an hour-long duel with Gwaine Corbray, and after Gwaine was wounded, Daemon dismounted, preventing Corbray from being trampled, and then commanded that he would be taken off the field. Bloodraven then rained arrows down on Daemon and his commanders. Daemon's heir Aegon died first, followed by Daemon himself. And when Daemon's second son, Aegon's twin brother Aemon, took up Blackfyre, he was slain as well. Aegor rallied them for a bit before running away. Probably Dassos. So, yeah, first Blackfyre Rebellion.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there's. I don't know what to say other than like, yeah, probably good they didn't win. I don't know.
Do you think there's legitimacy to Daeron II being an actual bastard, therefore not higher up than his bastard brother who was older, and Daemon Blackfyre then being the legitimate heir?
See, to me, it is less about that, and it's more about like we
Daemon
know
was
that the
cooler.
time. Well, we know that the timeline the timeline is rooting for one side over the other because Bloodraven is plugged into the timeless Weirwood trees, and he clearly hates the Blackfyres. So, like, it's probably good that he's doing what he's doing. But whether it's good for the reasons he thinks it is or not, you know, I don't know. But
Is this first rebellion the result of bastards being legitimized, or is this the whole thing where he gave his sword to somebody else other than
Yes.
his proclaimed heir?
The correct answer
second
is
one?
no, both of those.
all of
Both
He
them.
was
of them. Oh, shit.
legitimized. He's legitimized
Okay.
with the sword. Yep.
Okay, so if he's legitimized, then he's older, then he's the rightful heir.
Yeah, but
Legally.
he's not Daemon Targaryen. He is Daemon Blackfyre. He is a legitimized bastard, which makes him part of a different line,
Yeah, well,
even though he's older.
depends on how you. It very much depends on
I don't know.
how you. view
Fucking
Maybe this is why the rebellion
Ramsay.
started.
Yeah.
Ramsay became a Bolton when he was legitimized.
Yeah, because there is no Domeric, though. There isn't a Domeric. Like Domeric.
Well,
Domeric.
the legitimization.
The heir
makes
who
him-
was killed. There isn't an heir, therefore Ramsay becomes
Yeah,
an
but the
heir.
legitimization would have made him.
But it's not a
Bolton even if
different
the heir was
line.
there.
Yeah.
You're
he's-
right, but
yeah.
then why do that? Why were none of the legitimized Targaryen bastards named Targaryen afterwards? None of them were. Zero
Because
amount.
they chose. To
I
take
think they
that
were-
name, right.
Yeah, they had to change their sigil for the sake of battle,
History
confusion
knew
in
them.
battle.
Yeah.
And I think they were probably branded the Blackfyres at first,
Yeah.
and then they I guess I don't know. Do we even
Well,
know that they embraced it as their own?
It's because he had Blackfyre, so it's like, oh, the Targaryens versus it's the side with Blackfyre versus the
Right,
other
but like,
side.
did they ever call
then-
themselves the Blackfyres, or was
Yeah,
that just
yeah,
a name
yeah,
historians put on them?
I think he,
Yeah, they did.
I think he
Okay.
took that name.
Hey guys,
yeah.
check this out. The Blackfyre guy said that he was that the King Daemon Blackfyre was a true king. The Daemon Blackfyre is a true king guy said that. Isn't that crazy? Also, you do have a point. The tree monster is evil. I am convinced.
Yes.
Like the only way you actually would ever convince is like, dude, Bloodraven is way worse than Aegor Bitter still. You're right. You're right
It
on that.
Depends though. Bloodraven could be trying to destroy the tree monster in the end, which I think is what he's doing.
Okay, if you want to keep being a Brendan apologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
I do.
I think that
So far, I am. Yeah.
he literally pruned the tree of his own family to get a prophecy baby. That is some messed up crap. You know how many... When he found out, do you think he was mad or happy when he found out that he had to prune down to the fourth son of the fourth son? He's like, well, that's a lot of guys that need to kill. All right.
Yeah, I think
he's like a
was
Benny
mostly just
Gesserit.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
He was just like, well, this is what the gods have chosen me to do, I guess.
Dude, I bet he was so happy when the Great Spring Sickness came up because he was like, ooh, I can get rid of like 5 of them right now. And he does.
Yeah.
He absolutely does. Yeah. Anyways, Blood Raven is bad and Bran is the cure. All right, April. All right.
That tracks as well.
I was going to say...
Yeah.
Oh, how much do you think that the support of Team Blackfire is just because Damon Blackfire is a Giga Chad and Darren's a weird nerd?
I mean, that definitely helps like a lot.
Well, he's like, oh, he's a Dornish nerd who listens to women, but like, look at this bro over here, and Damon's all like, hey.
Right.
Sometimes you talk about a Song of Ice and Fire and watch football.
Yeah, that would help. That would help in your campaign speech.
Yeah. What are your tax plans? I'm not a nerd.
Have you seen my muscle? Tax these guns.
Yeah. Turns out that he was like a big progressionist, like Damon Blackfire.
We already talked about Jojen Paste, Potato Thief.
No, this is a joke.
We talk about it. Has there been a stream that we haven't talked about Jojen Paste?
I think he might want me to talk to you guys about what I talked to the Nerd Club and David Lightbringer about recently.
All right, can I make a joke really quick? Because it won't make sense. No, because this joke, I thought Russ was gonna love it, and I got cut off. And it was just turns out Damon Blackfire during his political speech, he's like a huge progressionist, and he does like the cross of gold speech, and everybody holds him above. It was my all right, never mind. I thought William Jennings Bryan joke would land, but I guess not. I thought
adorable, bro.
Thank you. I thought you were gonna get my William Jennings Bryan joke. Fuck.
I don't actually know who that is.
What? He ran for president like 5 times.
He wasn't good at it.
No, he wasn't. He never got it. He's right up there with Henry Clay of running the most and losing the most.
How many times did Ross Perot run? Just the once?
Just twice.
Twice, yeah.
Twice.
How about Nader? He went at least 4 times.
He won? Did you say that?
No, he went at least 4 times.
Well, he said he won at least 4 times. I was like, are you... All right, what we're going to... All right, Jojen Paste, hit us with it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, the paste, it is 2 colors, red and white, right?
Oh, God.
It's said to be a paste of... Did you already get it?
No, I just... The blood and what else? I know what else is white. Sorry to keep
Is it
going.
a Russian candy cane
Okay,
joke?
so you already got it.
Oh, okay, that's what it is? I didn't want that to be what it is. I thought I was just being a bull.
Okay.
There's 2 bodily
Nobody look
fluids.
up a Russian candy cane. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's 2 bodily fluids that have magical power in this universe. There's blood magic blood.
It is a Russian candy cane.
And then there's the one, you both instantly got it. There's the one that makes shadow babies. And there's no such thing as weirwood seeds anywhere in the book except for this paste is said to be made of weirwood seeds. And I have a bunch of clues, but the taste is not dissimilar to how Healthline.com
Rusty knowing shit.
I learned about the Russian candy cane from my Greek friend Demetrios, my junior year of high school.
All right. So
this was long before the Urban Dictionary was accessible.
So Jojen Paste is...
Jojen Paste might be that and blood.
Pale ale mixed with blood.
It might be. Like, I hate it. But
you say pale ale?
Yeah. Who's pale ale though? Brendan's? Blood Ravens?
Jojen's. No, Jojen's.
What?
Harvested from his corpse.
They would reach around.
They might have him death by snoo
and then kill them.
Death by snoo.
Like the IDF.
I'm not comfortable.
How they harvest semen from dead IDF soldiers.
I didn't say I liked the theory. I said I disliked the theory. I hate it, but it's well set up by the text. That's why I have to say it. Like I hate that this is a real thing. That
Michael
could be
talks
true,
about
but it
stuff
might
that
be true.
Somebody in chat looked up the Russian candy cane.
Oh no!
I told you not to. I told you not to.
Oh no!
I mean it when I say that.
FBI be crashing my door. No, April, don't.
It's not illegal. There's nothing illegal about it.
What's that have to do with the FBI arresting you? They don't care. They don't care if it's illegal.
Yeah, I don't know then.
All right. Where were we? I got to roll, right? Am I down to 3? I am. 1, 2, 3 left. So I'm going to roll a d6 and divide it by 2. That's how we roll d3s.
No,
3.
God, someone else is going to look it up.
Don't. No one else look it up. Sistermen Rebellion. Let's go. Enough about Russian candy canes and bloody pale ales. Jesus.
They're the same thing, by the way.
Good God. I know. Good God.
Well, it's a specific type of blood, but
I will stay on target, you so hard. Just stop. Aegon's landing in the coronation of King Aegon I at the Aegon Fort threw the 7 kings of Westeros into disarray. Aegon's sister, Queen Visenya Targaryen, destroyed the fleet of House Aaron during the battle in the waters off of Goldtown. The Lords of Three Sisters, who had been sworn in alliance of the Arryn centuries earlier, renounced King Ronald Arryn and named Marla Sunderland as queen. The Arryns eventually submitted to House Targaryen after being anointed. Aegon ordered Lord Torrhen Stark to end the Sistermen Rebellion, since the Arryn fleet had not been rebuilt after Goldtown. Sir Rorik Manderly led the Northern Army to the Bight on galleys hired by Bravos. The Sistermen surrendered instead of fighting when they saw Rorik's fleet and Visenya on her dragon. Yeah, I would give up too. They disposed of Marla for her younger brother, Lord Stephen Sunderland, who yielded the 3 sisters to the Targaryens and the Arryns. Sistermen Rebellion.
Seems like a great idea to rebel when you're on an island until they have dragons, and then it doesn't seem like as great of an idea.
Oh yeah, what are they gonna do? Attack us on ships? Why did the sun just go dark for a split second? Oh wait.
Oh no, they can fly here and burn all of our ships and anything we need to like fish. Yeah, that's not great.
I love that Visenya had the humor of waiting for the Manderleys to get a fleet. She's like, dude, I could just fly over there on Bagar and end it. And she's like, whatever, Manderley, get your boats, and then we'll head on over.
Let them, But let them pretend that they're helping.
We're
right,
Manderleys.
so it was
a
bloodless rebellion.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were still talking about something else. Yeah.
No, I just finished reading the card.
Oh. You don't like it when I read it? I'm sorry. I'm so choppy.
No, I just zoned out.
About this. Oh, okay.
That was the first one that I zoned out on.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a Sisterman Rebellion, dude. It's fine. Zone out on it. It's not a big deal. We got 2 left. We got some Iron Islands reaving, and then we have Maegor the Cruel's death.
Let's do
one, or I can roll.
Let's do Maegor last.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards as well.
I like you, Maegor. That's why we're gonna kill you last. No Commando references? Hell yeah, let's go.
This one just watched. Make him watch as you hang the others. Hang him last.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's good. EU fluids. You stop looking it up. Stop it.
You mean EU fluids? You're a woman.
What do you mean by that?
What? Yeah, I assume you wouldn't be disgusted by menstrual blood.
Oh, that's what. Okay, yuck.
Yeah, they know.
I'm not disgusted by menstrual blood. I am disgusted by everything else that we've been talking about with menstrual blood.
That's the weirdest part about that theory is it makes you realize, like, oh, I was more cool with it when he was just eating Jojen's brains. Now I'm even more grossed out.
Well, the implication.
Yeah, right.
Like, if Jojen was a 25-year-old, okay, but he's a kid, and I don't like this.
Yeah.
As soon
He's
as you
little
add
grandfather. That doesn't count, probably, but
yeah, but my nickname is I'm above age.
Old Nan's
okay.
just like, yeah, you're very mature for your age, Jojen.
Do we know how old he was?
12?
Yeah, he's too young.
I thought he was like 15.
No.
Yeah,
Too young to be in that theory.
Yeah, too young for that theory to not be
Really
an issue.
Freaking bad. Yeah, I don't like it. All right, Dagon's. Hey, let's do some Iron Islands reaving to bring us up from that theory. All right, Dagon Greyjoy, called the Last Reaver, was the Lord of the Iron Islands and Lord Reaper of Pike during the reign of Aerys, the first Targaryen. In 211 AC, Lord Dagon and his Ironborn were raiding along the Sunset Sea at the western coast of Westeros. They burned Little Dosk, that's a great name, carried off half the wealth of Fair Isle, poor Fair Isle, and 100 women, and raided as far south as the Arbor. The Ironmen also I say twice, also attacked the north. So Lord Baron Stark gathered swords to drive them off. Dagon and their forces retreated to the sea, and Pike whenever the adversaries retaliated on land. So Lord Tybolt Lannister began building ships for the attack. The Last Reaver was eventually defeated by the Targaryens. So this is Aegon Aerys the First. So if they were defeated by the Targaryens, that means Bloodraven again. So yeah, because Aerys didn't do it. He didn't do anything. He didn't even do his wife. He didn't.
Yeah.
She was a Penrose. I don't know if that means good or bad, but I mean, still. I really dislike Aerys the First. I hate this, like, I can't rule, so let Bloodraven do whatever he wants approach to being a king.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be good at delegation if you're in charge.
If you're good at delegation, you don't put
bad
Bloodraven in charge. You put Maekar in charge. Maekar was so mad that Aerys didn't make him his hand that Maekar went and sulked at Summerhall. So, like, everyone thought, yeah, Aerys sucks, but it'll just put Maekar Targaryen in charge and they'll be fine. And then he's like, no, I'll put Bloodraven in charge. And it's like, why? he's leave him being the Master of Whispers.
Because he can warg into a bird and make the bird tell you to put him in charge, and that's very convincing.
Because he can shapeshift in the mist and Bone Winona Ryder.
Yeah, that too. All of these things make him a very convincing person to put in charge.
That is my epic rap battle of history joke, because he's Dracula. He's one of the Draculas. There's a few Draculas. I think I'm going to make
Dracula?
a video. Bloodraven's got a lot of Dracula to him. Oh. Mainly the shapeshifting in the mist one, but
he's sustained by blood at this point because he's strapped up to a tree. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Because he definitely has a lot more Odin symbolism than Dracula symbolism.
Yeah,
I don't think he is the most Dracula, because that's either Roose Bolton or Mad Janelle Lofston.
Yeah, both good. Both
are very Dracula.
Yeah.
Harrenhal is very Transylvania, very Dracula's castle, like very old, ancient.
It is.
Just terrifying. Like, I love that. Like, Daemon was tripping balls before the Jojen paste.
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh man, you're just high, just sleeping on that weirwood stump. Drink some of this.
Here, this will get your tolerance up, Daemon, so that you can walk normally without secondhand high."
No more fluids talk. Moving on.
No more fluids.
Yeah, there's just everyone.
Oh, down in
the
chat.
comments is just all fluid. Targaryen. The Targaryens are most vampiric. Yeah, but I mean, Roose is so vampire, right?
Yeah, Roose is real up there.
Yeah,
the Targs
Roose
definitely have a bit of it, like with their otherworldly look and like.
Is the spiral symbol representing spiders?
Oh, geez.
Oh, are you talking about the Greyjoy symbol?
April is correct about.
No, that's a squid. There's
John
this-
drinking a white chalky potion that mixes with blood in his mouth.
When does John do that?
You'll have to ask her.
Oh, okay. Can we stop talking about fluids? Why don't we just go with that thought?
Yeah, we have one more rebellion left, and we just keep
Well,
getting
this is
distracted
canon,
by
man,
JoJo's
you know.
face.
Hey, all right, guys, we're gonna be done talking about Pale Ale, unless it's canon. Damn canon Pale Ale.
Why are you calling it pale ale?
Because I don't want to say the other word.
It's
Is
such a
the
weird
J
thing
I-
to call it, though.
You've never heard it called Pale Ale?
No.
Taco, is it wrong to say JOJIZZ?
Bro, if it tastes
based
like
on
pale ale,
your-
you need to see a doctor.
You need to stop eating so much hops. I don't think it's wrong. I just don't want to do it.
Will YouTube get mad at you?
I don't think YouTube will. I do
Yeah.
think my
Just-
standards
just-
are slightly.
Just use a different euphemism.
Much to Rust's dismay, I think my standards are slightly higher than YouTube's. And it's funny because I'm such a vulgar, awful person, but I also do know that not everybody is me and not everybody is okay with hearing crass things. And as much as I wish I could just say, no, screw it, be okay with us saying crass stuff, there are people who are just here to joke around, have a good time, but they don't want to keep on
Yeah.
hearing gross stuff. They want to talk about some fire and hear people joke. And that's why I hold myself to a higher standard than I am, because Michael and everybody else knows once the camera's done, I'm the most vulgar dude in the room. But I can spend 3 hours not saying certain words or trying to avoid them at least.
I
I
wasn't
don't
saying you had to say the actual word. I was just saying it was a very odd euphemism.
Oh, no, I know. No, I feel like my censorship bugs you in general. That's what I was referring to.
No,
It doesn't? Oh, okay.
No. because it's pretty much entirely self-censorship.
Mm-hmm. That's what
You
I'm
just
saying.
asked us to, for the sake of the YouTube algorithm, keep it quiet for the first
Yeah.
several minutes, and that's more than reasonable.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I've never had an issue with that.
I think try
I
to
might make
keep
fun of you for it, but that's just good content.
That's fine. But then I do try to keep it like, can we keep it rated R or not? MC-17. Like that's like that's it. Can we try to keep it like any adult watching is not going to be offended, but try not to offend adults. That's my line.
I told them not to look it up.
Bruh!
We all told
That
them not
means-
to look it up.
That means look it up. That's what those words mean. If I say don't,
It also
look up
means I
this-
can't be held responsible.
Oh, that's the only reason you say it. Don't look it up.
Yeah. It's like when Jägermeister says, please drink responsibly.
Exactly.
Don't cannonball our shots. Well,
Yep.
all right. Well, they made a drink that can't be mixed and still tastes good. Jägermeister is only good in shots. I've never heard of a drink that has Jäg in it that tastes good.
Their marketing, man, is just incredible. Like, because it's a like Black Forest German
Black licorice
hunter's aperitif liqueur, right? And like, if you didn't know what it was and you found somebody drinking it, you would expect it to be like a guy in a tweed suit, with elbow patches, and he'd be like, "Dude, what are you drinking?" And he would tell you, "Well, it's an aperitif, from the Black Forest of Germany," and you'd be like, "That guy's an asshole." And then, especially if like he talked you into tasting it, you'd be like, "No, this guy is an asshole and a poser." So, that's that. But somehow, Jägermeister has become the anthem of college age folk.
I love our chat. It's so funny right now.
What are they doing now?
Just being funny. I think this
Curiouser
is
and
pointed at me,
curiouser.
like, I'm vulgar, but you guys can't. Don't do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I just love it. He's just doing his thing, and then the praise Garth the Green Man. Yeah, no, our chat's on it today. You guys are doing great.
I can't pay attention if I'm not doing something with my hands.
Hey, dude, if I'm not constantly taking apart my bong and putting it back together, I can't even pay attention. Why? He doesn't even have a rebuttal. He's like, yeah.
That's true. No, yeah.
I mean, I'm loading it, but I'm not just taking it apart and putting it back together.
like Forrest Gump.
By the way, I know
these-
in both the back and front of my mind that one more bowl is a mistake, but here we go.
Dude,
Sometimes that
wait
happens.
until after the stream. Wait like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm waiting for. Is
10
after.
minutes. We got one card.
I
and
was gonna
think-
say we got one
think-
rebellion left before I can praise Garth as well.
I think the push the button is at me. If somebody just type that, like, yeah, just push the button. Yeah, right.
I was also just gonna make the joke of, oh yeah, these stoners, they're constantly just always taking apart and putting together their bongs. That's what those stoners are known for always doing with their bongs. just
But-
taking them apart and putting them back together all the
thing I
time like
smoked out of
Legos.
the most as a high schooler was my stepdad had like a found behind a lab bong. He said he found it behind a lab at NDSU, so the North Dakota University, and it was a Urban Meyer flask, a large Urban Meyer flask, and there was a hole with the rubber tubing coming out, but then there was a rubber stopper on the top, and the choke was built into the rubber stopper. So you fill up the whole Urban Meyer flask and then pull the choke up. So hell of a way to smoke as a beginner. I was like 14 during bong hits off that, and I should not have been doing that. So we did have to clean that bong a lot because the bong water got pretty bad. Do you guys want to hear about this? So this is another, why is this called a rebellion? Like, the rightful king killed Maegor. Okay, this is another odd one, much like the older brother Aegon. Young Jerry is the rightful heir. This one ends fast. In 48 AC on the shores of Shipwrecker Bay, Lord Rhaegar Baratheon declared Prince Jaehaerys Targaryen the true and lawful king. The uprising never had a chance to escalate into a true war, as Maegor was found the next morning by Queen Eleanor Costane dead upon the Iron Throne with his wrists cut and one of the swords pointing through his neck. Some of the best art too. This one goes so hard. Yeah, so good. So, do you guys think he was murdered? Do you think he jumped willingly and took his own life, or do you think he just accidentally fell and killed himself on the Iron Throne? Which would be the funniest one?
Sorry, what's his lineage that makes him in line for the throne?
Jaehaerys?
Okay.
You're asking about Jaehaerys? He is
Yes.
He's the oldest living son from King Aenys, who was the older brother to Maegor.
Older brother to Maegor. Okay, so this is still basically the old rebellion, killing off that same bloodline. Okay.
Yep.
This
So
wasn't
Aegon
like
taking
Maegor's.
it back.
This wasn't Maegor's heir. Okay.
No, so Aegon the Unworthy, or the Uncrowned, who we already covered, was the eldest son of Aenys, and then it was I always forget the other guy's name. Somebody's gonna say it, and then Jaehaerys next. So I think Jaehaerys was either the second or third son, or third or fourth son. I might have missed another. I think just third. Yeah.
In terms of how he died, I don't have like a firm opinion, but yeah, I do think it'd be interesting if he was murdered. I've also heard the theory that he was sort of reanimated, like when he came back, right? He was reanimated, and then just intentionally that magic was cut off, like whatever.
Oh, so he just fell.
Like, let's say he was bound to a glass candle to keep.
Well,
him
also the person who
put out that
reanimated him
glass
was
candle.
killed. Like Taina the Tower, most likely
Right.
did it, and then Taina was killed. So
Right.
maybe her magic wore off or some
Right.
shit.
So I kind of like the idea that whatever was magically animating him just shut off, and he just.
That's really interesting. I never thought of that. I like that one a lot.
I like that's my favorite, but I can't prove
Thank you. Jerry was the third-born son, fourth-born child, because the oldest child that was Dreamfire Rhaena, who is top 3 Targaryens to me. I do, at least, and I don't think she's 3.
Okay.
I love Dreamfire Rhaena. She is such a cool character. I love that she finally like just says F it and just goes to live on Harrenhal. What?
Taco, you need to have a stream possible poll option in the future for Taco's top 10 Targaryens.
I could just do that vid. Yeah. I have thought about my top 10 Targs.
It's just because of all the T sounds at the beginning.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
word.
Tacos top 10 targs. No, you don't have to sell.
No, I know. Like I just
Looks like I'm wearing a green yarmulke.
you got to
Yes,
think if there's
yes.
more you can fit in.
You
there.
don't have to sell quadruple alliteration to me.
Yeah.
Okay, that is water to a drowning or to a dehydrated man. All right.
I'm trying to think of the fifth T that I can add to the beginning or the end or the middle.
Just the
Yeah.
tacos.
Yeah.
Targaryens.
Yeah.
Top 10 tacos. Top 10 Targaryens. And the total
Tacos top 10 Targaryen
top
tarts.
10 Targaryens.
Tacos
Targaryen
top 10
tarts.
Targaryens of today. That doesn't.
No. Top today. Tis today. I don't see Valar on that list. I ride. You're not going to see Valar on that list. I'm sorry. Or maybe top 10. Maybe top 10, but not top 3. What are we doing?
Tacos terrific top 10 Targaryens.
So many of them are going to be just the queens I like or princesses I like. Like so many of the chicks are so cool in Target. Like Elena Targaryen.
Oh, so then it's going to be
I
tacos.
wouldn't count bastards. I wouldn't.
Tacos
Just-
top
would be
10
hard.
tertiary Targaryens.
No, there's some main ones.
It would have to be a separate list then.
Yeah, the third list would be or second list would be tertiary. What do we got to talk about? Like, there's nothing. We saved the most boring for last because this whole uprising, this whole rebellion was just the rightful heir getting enough
Honestly,
support.
bro, my brain's been on tangents for the last half an hour or more. I
riot.
I think we did it well.
We also never go past 3, and we're at 3:14.
I know. And this was the stream. Full disclosure, this
We
is
never
the
go
one I've been
past
least
3?
Prepped for.
Yeah, well, I left it that you didn't need to do any prep because I did that one on purpose because I felt like no, we usually end at 3. We usually don't go past 3. Russ.
Oh, we did like 4 the first time.
Have we? Fuck.
Every once in a while, we'll go real long, but not usually stuff that we have to like keep paying attention to.
Yeah. I think we normally go over 3 for sigils, which
yeah.
Michael, if you're okay with it, because I know you really want memes. I think my next poll, I'm not going to give an option and just do sigils because I want to go back.
Yeah, I don't care.
You're
do whatever you want. Yeah.
And Russ, you're cool going back to sigils?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
you're cool with
absolutely.
anything. I've never heard you complain about what normally I just say we're doing a stream and you're like, okay. And then I'm like, this is the I say this is the topic and you just say yeet. Okay. You're down. All right. Dude, memes.
Irish Potato Thief in the comment is right. Like the meme review stream would be the best. I don't know what the voting population is doing, not picking it, but
it like failed last time. Like it was the bottom.
I don't understand. I just think that your audience has bad taste. Apparently, Taco. I don't know.
I mean, they're all Megor apologists.
I don't know. Yeah.
You want to switch fandoms? Can I have your fans for a little bit?
No, I'm keeping them. I like mine.
Are you all right? So you do something I don't do. You do theories.
Yeah.
Do most people? What's the percentage of like reject, critique, fully buy in to your theories?
I would say I have in terms of people who comment, I would say I have a pretty good like rate of people who are pretty positive, which is nice because also like the amount of really negative comments I get towards my theories for the amount of people that actually watch makes me feel pretty good about it. And a lot of times, like I'll get a bunch of comments on something that'll be like something that I addressed in a later video where I'm like, I'm not going to bring up this point in this theory. I'll bring it up later, and then I bring it up later, and people will ask me about it. So it's like some of the criticisms are like things that I've already addressed anyway, so that's kind of nice too. But yeah.
Oh my god!
I think that is just the key. Is I'm just like either I figured it out or I'm just really convincing. I that's what I blame.
I think that the first time I ever heard you, I thought I'm having this guy on my show. What am I fucking getting myself into? But then after I watched more of your stuff, I kind of got your shtick a lot more, and I dig it a lot. Like I get that a lot of it is like I feel like you have levels of this is possible, this is a little more, and then at the end you're like, all right, where can I still hold on to the central logic, but just find kind of go all the way over here? And a lot of times you don't even do too many theories. Like a lot of times you do like actual pretty good critiques and discussions that we're watching. So this was the last poll, and Rebellions won 45%, and Sigils was second with 30. Memes was at 14, and Are They Evil 2 got 10. So we sucked so much with Are They Evil that it got demolished when we tried to return. Maybe they just didn't want the same thing twice in a row. Maybe they didn't want it at the same time. Yeah. But
I think we need to explain to the people what meme review would be.
Yeah,
like,
just getting.
We need to get some good examples of like, oh, we're gonna get some funny memes and then talk about them. Like season 2 meme review, I think would win if people knew what we were. I would do.
For one, I would just go right into the Discord and say, "Hey, everybody with your favorite memes, can you send them to either me or Michael?"
And we get some Reddit ones. We could get 30 good memes.
I think I have like 4 or 5 I came up with. Like I have a few that
I got some in my videos that we could.
Yeah, you literally make. Man, I should have said this before we were done, but if you have a super chat, you can do that or find me on PayPal.
No, it's too late. We are sticking around for you guys to send super chats to Taco all night.
You mentioned it back at the beginning.
Yeah, but no one's watching right at the beginning because I feel like I feel like I shouldn't say it right away at the beginning because so much people will have to wait for getting the notification that it started, and then they get into it. And so I feel like my first minute, theres no one here for usually. Or there's less people. There are people here. Do we want to call it? Yeah, I think going to Sigil just because it's been a while since we did one, and if I do that, I'll leave it off the next poll. If I do that, if I did do that, if I happen to choose that path, I will thus force leave it off the next election.
So you're leaving what off the next one?
If I do the next one, just straight up, I'm going to do sigils. So the poll is going to be which kingdom, and then the next one after that, I won't have sigils on it because I pretty much forced them to do sigils once. So, just fine. I'll watch the sigil one. Sigil ones are fun. I don't know why they stopped getting voted. Well, actually, no, it got 30% last time, but. Man, I think it's fun just to see us try to guess what the really obscure, weird-ass sigils that no one I've seen. And I got a lot of cool kingdoms left, too. So, and we haven't done one in a long time. All right, we're pretty much just talking as if we're in the green room at this point.
Yeah, my brain is fried. I've been up all day.
No, we're not, because I don't talk in the green room.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that reminds me, Rust. We'll talk to you later. That's it. Thank you for doing the show. You're as awesome as always, and I like the when both of us know so much. Like, no offense to you, Russ, but like if me and Michael are like, oh, we know too much about that, so we can't really think. And then you going, I don't know about this one, and then you ask questions, so it actually gets us to start talking. I feel like that was needed for a lot of these rebellions today.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Weaponized incompetence.
Yeah. Taco, I love this community, but they choose to vote.
I'm sorry, monetized incompetence.
Monetized incompetence. Well, I'm not making any money off you yet. Yeah, I did see that got that when I said who would you support in the Blackfire Rebellion, and Damon won that vote.
I'm just doing propaganda while we close off here.
Oh my god! You know that we should even. Oh, by the way, Michael, if you message me at all when the Vikings play the Packers,
I won't.
Dude, just stay in your lane.
No, I understand. That's a very tough 2 days a year for you.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't talk that day.
Yeah, no.
It's like, dude, it's my bachelor party. Why is my wife home?
No, I'm I'm friends with a few Vikings fans, or one specifically, where I know when to stay away.
We're fine. We're fine every other day of the year, unless the loss is so bad. Don't talk to me that weekend.
Yeah.
if it's either like we lose by one missed extra point from us, or you demolish us, I don't want to talk to you.
It'd have to be pretty brutal. I feel like this year is one where you guys, like, no offense, but like it's not one where you're like thinking you're gonna win the division, right?
I think
like,
we're
those
better
ones
than
hurt
people.
more.
I think we're better than people think, but no, I don't think we're gonna win the division. I think every power ranking is putting them at like 25, and I think that's way off. I think they're putting them behind like teams that we are definitely better than.
If Darnold is really bad, then you guys will be really bad. If Darnold's good, then the rest of your team is pretty solid. Like if Darnold's passable, then you'll be better than 25th.
This is 1,000,000% green room stuff. So guys, go check out Rust F Shackleton. Do you got a short or a history thing coming up very soon that you want to plug, Russ, or one that you just put out? I think
No, I do all my videos on a whim, so it's been a while.
Well, when he whims up, there'll be a new one next time he whims. And Michael, I'm assuming you got something coming out Saturday?
Probably. I put out a video today. I might put out a video. It's going to be a bit chaos mode. I got a couple videos that I have planned. I might put one out tomorrow, but probably not. I probably don't want to edit that after this stream. So probably Saturday, and then maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. Maybe I'll push it off till next week. I don't know. I got 2 videos that I want out soon. So.
All right. Sounds good. And I have... Who was the character video I got coming out on Saturday? Oh my God, why do I not know my own schedule? I have it coming out on Saturday. This won't take me long. I just have to go to my
Jackal.
It's a Jackal. Mathis Rowan. Yeah. That didn't sound anything like Jackal this time.
Dude, when I was a kid, I fell asleep watching The Jackal on cable and woke up watching The Rock, and for years thought that they were the same movie.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. All right, check out both of their channels and check out my stuff because Mathis Rowan, I'm going to need as much help as possible for Mathis Rowan to blow up. I highly doubt I got a winner on Mathis Rowan, but maybe. Who knows? All right. Talk to you guys later. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. All the regulars, thank you guys for showing up. And you guys are amazing. And if you're watching this after the fact and you made it this far, you're also amazing. Thank you. And peace.
Have a good one.